To be a silent ass pod. Yo, this would have been a silent ass pod,
This
bro.
would have been a quiet
You
ass pod, boy.
You hilarious.
Oh my god, I really hate this TV, bro. So now y'all about to hear it. Doo-doo.
Who?
Relax,
Who?
bro. Who? This is all going in there. This is
Who?
all of it. All
Who?
of this.
Who?
All of this nonsense. Except there's gonna be like a logo. Well, hey, y'all can hear it?
Yeah. Yo, you see what I got? My niggas and ladies.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Show some support. Let's go.
Terrible ass
Let's
towel.
go.
Piece
Terrible
of
ass
garbage,
towel.
It's trash. Yeah.
Swipe my butt with that.
Whoa, what the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Too
and
far.
gentlefolk alike, welcome to another episode of the Lazy Sports Podcast, episode number 51. I am your host, Julio Cruz, at Cruzstilski on the Twitters in real, at Cruzstilski on the Twitters. I already said my name in real life. I'm joined by Eddie and Ben. What's your Twitters, boys? Your Twitters.
Feed
What?
underscore Zeke21 on the Twitters.
I thought you said D's.
You see my Twitter right here, Sauce McGee 2 underscores. We live. Yeah.
Yeah, and we are here for another stop on this 2021 journey. We are towards the end of the summer, which means we are less than 11 days away from the NFL season. Am I tripping? Right? So we're right there. Yeah, we are officially.
Yeah, about nine now.
We're officially in the last week before. I think 8 now. Yeah.
9.
Yeah, no, it's 8. We're 10.
Well, you would know. You guys play next Thursday. So, yeah, man, we're officially at the precipice of the NFL season. And it's going to be y'all's second season with us. It's going to be our second NFL season potting because we legitimately started this podcast a year ago, right after week 1 of the NFL
51
season.
Episodes in an hour. That's so legendary. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah,
51 3-hour pods. All them LSP videos.
In an hour. That's Brian Scalabrine stats right there. Legendary. White Mamba.
White Mamba. Yep. Amen. Amen. What the fuck? So today, guys, we have a guest. We'll probably intro him in probably 5 minutes or so, actually, pretty quick. We're excited. I'm excited because he's a guest from the Twitters. Probably one of the few people that generally fucks with me and these boys. All, you know what I'm saying? Like, shows the boys love, shows the whole squad love. I've been grinding his ass off as long as I knew him. So, you know, if you're watching this because you know who's featured, then you know that 5 stars coming on. Steve from 5-star matchup. So I'm excited, man. Let's pause the music. Before we bring Steve on to talk everything Steelers and NFL related and all the shit with Juju and the crate challenge, which we were talking in the DMs, and he said he definitely got some shit to say about that. We are officially a week from the preseason. Well, we're done with the preseason. The cuts have already come. Before we bring Steve on, I just wanted to ask the boys: was there a cut that hurt your heart? Because I have one. And I'm hoping he comes back on the practice.
Not for my team, no. Kinda, yeah. The wide receiver David Sills. I've been
he got cut.
About he got.
You were excited about him. That's legit.
Yeah, he had a great preseason and we kept him for CJ Board. I don't know why. He just came off with a season-ending injury last year, so questionable. Oh, we actually got rid of all of our backup offensive linemen from every position.
This is true.
Every position. We wiped the whole depth chart. And then we also traded for Ben Bredesen from the Ravens. We got a future 6th and 7th or a current 6th and 7th, something like that. And then we traded a 4th to the Ravens. And we traded DJ Hill, who was our right end or D tackle. He was like our interior lineman. We traded him for a former first-round bust. Billy Price. No Billy Price slander. He's the GOAT. Don't at him. He's gonna change it. He's changed, bro.
No Billy Price slander after you called him a bust.
0. Zilch. On my team. That's what I said. Bust. All right, so yeah.
I got you. I got you.
You're mad. You're mad.
No.
Trey Turner, you're mad. You're mad.
Whoa, well, yeah, man. I'm excited about Trey
Just
Turner, bro. Trey Turner is gonna
playing.
be awesome.
Just playing, bro. It's a joke. Just don't. No slander. No BP slander.
Cowboys, Benny Boy, somebody. I know who. I know who. I know who. I know who helped him. They cut the GOAT, man. They cut him. I can't believe they cut him, man.
Thank God we cut Ben DENUCCI. Holy shit. That nigga was ass.
Nah, bro.
We cut Delivered by surprise and kept Cooper Rush as that backup.
Bro,
we didn't really make a move. We didn't make any moves yet, you know.
All he had to do was stop throwing off his back foot.
There is a rumor. There's a rumor flying around in the world right now that Hector might get released from the Rams and might reunite with the special teams coach in Dallas. I don't know,
Hector?
Man.
No, Hector, I think I thought somebody traded for him already. Or I think the Rams re-signed him. Something happened with Hector today because another punter got traded to the Packers from the Rams, I think. So I think you should check that, my guy. I think Johnny Hector. I saw some Johnny Hector news. I just forgot.
Let me check on Twitter.
Too much weed. For me, Darrelle Revis' cousin got cut. There are rumors he's probably going to circle back. I'll probably ask 5-star who he was sad about seeing that we cut. But within the news of all the cuts, as three of us...
he said he wanted Johnny Hector, but he restructured his contract.
That's what the news was. That's what the news was. It's like, yo, we cut Jordan Berry. Y'all probably going to cut
Jordan Berry was garbage. I knew Jordan Berry was getting cut. The Lions cut both of their kickers. They don't have a single kicker on the roster right now. They have a punter. That's it.
Hey, man.
So I think Dan Campbell might just go 2-point conversions all year.
About to change the game.
He's going to be the Steph Curry of the NFL. He's changing the game, 2-point conversions. They're going to have to move it back 3 yards to the 5-yard line. He knows something. Watch.
Don't be surprised, man.
Don't quote this either.
Are they going to be scoring enough to be getting those 2-point conversions? I mean, I got Hawkinson on my fantasy draft, so I'm hoping their offense is
Stop acting like the Lions not finishing first in the NFC.
Stop acting like the Giants are going to sign Jelani Tavai. You know who
probably will.
You know who Jelani Tavai is.
Yeah, I know.
They tried to trade him. Yeah, they tried to trade him, but he got cut. That's not bad. That's not a bad. That's not bad.
No. The Giants, they cut somebody at linebacker, and we moved Carter Coughlin on the inside. He's not an outside linebacker no more. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Carter Coughlin. But yeah,
we also cut Madre Harper, bum ass. You know what? Let me just go through the Giants cuts real quick, because after this is going to be. We cut Devontae Downs. That's the person we cut to keep Carter Coughlin. Because Devontae Downs was a bum. We also cut Nico Lalos. That was LeBron.
We cut Jalen Samuels.
Akron.
We'll probably ask Steve about the Steelers cuts and shit in a second. But yeah, man. I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go to New England. I think Belichick is gonna be like, he can catch, he can run a little bit. I'm not asking him to be 1,000-yard rusher. I won't be shocked, bro.
You know who also got cut?
Who?
Wayne Gallman. It's time to bring him back to New York, gentlemen. Might as well give him the minimum so he can. You seen what he did last year with Morris and Freeman. He had a good end of the season.
Let's just see what happens.
We need it.
Ben, did you guys cut that running back they were featuring on Hard Knocks? The blind one,
Jaquan Hardy?
Yeah.
Probably gonna be in the practice squad. We only have 2 running backs in our depth chart right now. And you know who that is. Zeke and Tony Pollard.
Zeke and Tony Pollard.
I heard we're trying to before the season starts, we're gonna try to trade, either sign or trade for like a depth running back. So
the running back himself is
we need a third running back.
Wasn't there someone in the
Bosa facts?
Wasn't there a Legion of Boom? I mean, that's Ohio State. But wasn't there a player in the Legion of Boom who was deaf too? Do y'all remember that commercial? He wasn't like the main guy. He was in the Legion of Boom.
Who? Wait, who?
The Legion of
Boom. He wasn't in the Legion
Seattle.
of Boom. He was a fullback.
No, he was the fullback.
Yeah,
he was
bro.
a player
for the Seahawks.
For the Seahawks
Yeah,
in the Legion
bro.
of
He
Boom
was
era.
the fullback, bro. He's talking
It was the
about
fullback.
bro.
Oh, okay. He had like a commercial when they were like really good about him being deaf in the NFL, and I think I did see him.
Oh, I know.
I think
what
I
you're
did
talking
see him
about.
running the ball.
Oh,
He wasn't like
he's
a
back.
huh?
He's back.
No. It's just because Ben said, "Yep, they're gonna trade for a deaf, a deaf
Oh,
whatever."
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said a running back for death, but I didn't know.
His name was Trey Madden. I know his name was Trey Madden because I used to talk about him all the time.
That's wild.
Trash.
That's dope. That's dope.
So
10 minutes.
I don't even know what the play call is.
Oh, wow, that's wild. How does he?
Wow.
I just heard what he said.
I'm just saying. I just asked. It's a curious question, bro.
Oh my god.
Pictures. Somebody signed that shit to him. I don't know, bro.
Oh boy.
It's not an offensive question, bro.
Steve.
On,
hey,
bro.
Steve. Hey, Steve. My brother said.
No way he said that. Oh.
You know what?
I'm not. Come on, bro.
Wow.
Come on, bro.
You know what?
Come
you know what I'm
on,
gonna
bro.
do? I think it's time. You boys ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Are you ready?
Ben the only one not repping besides his green screen for
bro.
Yeah, I'm thinking you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? The vibes, we're gonna have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look what he brought last week, bro.
Oh, that's nasty. Boo.
The goal, bro. Here, I'll throw on this.
Bro, just turn the camera off and put the jersey on real quick.
This man put the back of the jersey.
Nobody cares about Romo, bro.
Oh my God, future Hall of Fame.
He's showing Romo. He toxic. That's toxic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7.4 thousand subscribers on the YouTubes. Just started 5-star radio, bringing on some peoples from the Twitters and so forth to talk love football. We already talked about it earlier. Shows us consistent love on the Twitters when it comes to me and the boys. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve from 5-Star Matchup. I just gotta wait for this to come. Oh! Why did you change to CD Lamb, dude? Are you being petty? What are we doing, dude?
Here we go.
I have to match the color. I have to match the colorway, bro.
Hey,
there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
guys.
Steve, what's good, my guy?
Hey, lots, man. I got so much going on. I'm getting excited for the season now. It's like, it's getting real, you know, like you're feeling it. It's you know, like for football fans, everybody wants to get excited like at the beginning of August, but there's like, it just takes a little while because then you realize preseason sucks, and then you're just like,
all
when
the
September?
backups are playing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun to see Haskins figure it the fuck out for a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know, man. Football is like, you know, I've said this before, but it's not like the other sports. Like basketball, you can watch an exhibition game or like an all-star game and it can be fun. Football, you just can't play it all the way.
Yeah, it's because they're limiting themselves, like for injury.
That's and you don't blame. I don't blame them at all. I don't even think they should even honestly play the preseason. I don't think
there shouldn't be a preseason
all-star game.
Yeah,
nah, I need at least 2 preseason games, man, because I got to make sure our depth isn't hot ass, man. Because can you imagine?
I know, but they're playing against like 4th stringers who aren't even gonna make the Lions. So what do you even like? What? How do you even figure anything out?
Make the Texans though, so who knows?
That's true.
The preseason got Cassius Marsh off our roster, and that's all I give a shit
about. That is very exciting. Right. That is very exciting.
Shout out to Jameer Jones from Rochester. Let's in the rotation.
He's from Rochester. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's him and his brother, man. He's from around the parts, man. He gonna be in the rotation, man. That's really big, man. That's gonna be crazy.
He had an impressive preseason. He was like one of the true guys who made it onto a team. Like there was no spot for him. He made it.
No, I was hoping Quincy Roche, 6th-round pick, would.
I was kind of disappointed about that. I hope he makes a practice squad.
Yeah, he will. Benny boy, can you explain why your jersey's backwards, my boy?
Because man, Romo's the GOAT, and I have to rep him, bro. I have to let everybody know what jersey I got.
Yo.
Oh man, I'll give you this about Romo. I'll give you this about Romo. I did a complete 180 on him after he retired. I hated him as a player, and I enjoy him as an announcer.
Man,
same here. I'm a Giants
everybody,
fan.
bro.
I had to hate Romo.
I thought he was
a better basketball player, and he's a better commentator.
Get out of here, bro.
In retrospect, you're right. Tony Romo was mad underrated. You're right. But you know what his problem is? He never had a moment. He never had the moment.
He low key did, but it was the fumble with the snap, man.
Yeah,
man, he low key did, but the refs decided to say it wasn't a catch. But then it
doesn't matter though, bro. It's it's what actually happened. He didn't have the moment.
Won that game if it wasn't for DeMarco Murray fumbling the ball
4 minutes
on a breakout on a clear touchdown.
Bro, I watched Ben Roethlisberger win a Super Bowl with like a 1.7 quarterback rating. So no sympathy.
Like I say this every time.
You bring that shit up all the time.
Randall L, best quarterback in that Super Bowl. Don't at me.
When I was young growing up as a fan, it was so tough because especially like I feel like us we kind of grew up a little toxic when it comes to like the fandom. So whenever people, especially when they would bring up how bad he was in the Super Bowl, I had a million excuses. It wasn't until like 4 years ago I'm just like, man, Ben played like shit in this game.
Oh yeah, no, that you know the difference between Super Bowl 40 and Super Bowl 43, and the fact that I've seen Super Bowl 43 like 150 times, and I've watched Super Bowl 40 maybe once. Like,
no need to. There's no need to. You see it. You see it. Like I like to watch Super Bowl 40 when they start doing like a football life. Like seeing it through Jerome Bettis' eyes was good.
The playoffs leading up to it was fun as hell. That Colts game, I think, is like the definitive. It's almost the definitive early Roethlisberger game for me. I think
with the tackle, low key, you could tell though back then because I was watching that game like last year throughout the quarantine and shit. And I'm like, man, you could tell he wanted to keep throwing, and Cowher was just like, nah, fucker, we're running the ball. You can tell, man. I'm like, because he was dealing, man.
Well, in retrospect, that's more old school, stupid, blockhead NFL head coaching thing because there was no reason for them to even be handing that off. Ben should have just been taking knees. The game was over.
Got live by the sword, man.
Yeah,
live by, die by. Shout out to Bill Cowher, man. But I had I don't know. I'll start real quick with a quick. This is kind of weird. I don't know. Whatever.
Weird that we've known each other on the internet for like several years and have never spoken to each other. Yes, we can acknowledge that that's
weird.
That's weird. Yes.
Well, I seen you just had Big Ben's biological. Is it not weird to call them by their Twitter name though?
Big Steeler Mood. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is, bro.
It is weird.
That's what their name is.
It is weird. Yeah. But I mean, people fucking like. I didn't realize. I told you this the other day in text, but I didn't realize when I started my show that 5-Star Matchup was going to become a pseudonym. Like that was never an intention. Like who the fuck would call themselves that? Like you'd have to be like, I'd have to be like a pro wrestling heel or some shit to say I'm 5-Star,
This is 5-Star.
It was just the name of the show. I thought it was a good name. And the Tomlin thing, I just thought it was a good thing.
It was perfect though.
And then suddenly you realize that that's just how people get to know you. Like I have thousands of people that have formed some manner of relationship with me that I don't know. It's like one-sided. And man, you can never predict how that stuff goes. It's weird.
So my I don't know if the guys have any questions, but this last off season, Brown's Twitter. It's been man. I don't know.
I got a couple questions. I got a couple.
I got a question too.
Does it not get exhausting? Have you taken those like momentary breaks from Twitter where you're just like, even if like in a 24-hour day, like I'm gonna give myself a break, man, because sometimes it is annoying to see the same orange fucking profile, the same dude sitting in his car, the same shit. It gets toxic, man. It gets exhausting.
What one of my best pieces of advice is in general is to have different social accounts for different things in your life. And I think that's been a real revelation for me with 5-Star Matchup is that from like July to January, I access Twitter as at 5-Star Matchup. And if you're not talking positively about the Steelers, or like you don't even talk positively about the Steelers, but like people that shit talk me or like come at me with some aggressive macho whatever, like block. Like I don't care. I just block everything. Like I mean, what's the difference? To argue with you. What's the difference? I mean, what's the difference? You're never gonna change somebody's opinion by a Twitter conversation. Like it's just not gonna happen. So you know what? Fuck 100%. It. Like so when people talk about stuff like that, I truly like I don't see that much of it because I mean I don't know, like I've tried to really cultivate a positive sports fan kind of mindset on my channel. I hope that comes across. Because I just think like I don't know, when you look at these like alpha crazy wannabes and like barstool comments and shit, and I'm just like, nah, man, that's gross. That's gross. Like I'm not about that, you know.
Mark Madden's
we had an
audience and fucking
we had a perfect situation yesterday that with the Juju thing, which I was screaming about on my radio show, and you had that comedian dude like tweeting out this thing, and it's like
that was sad, man. That was so sad.
Yeah, well, you called him out bad. Yeah, that was a good one. I loved it. That was a banger. He was like, hold on, I need to see this. He tweeted out the Juju video and got a bunch of retweets. He got like 100,000 views on that video. And I'm like, bro, you're putting it out there like you're acting like he's such an idiot for doing this. You're using social media to capitalize on his social media, you fucking asshole. How do you not realize? Literally. Sorry, I didn't even ask you about language or anything on this, but
I said fuck like 6 just like this man might hit a blunt.
This is for the kids.
I just get fired up, man.
Yeah, that was sick, man. Because that's just one of those like, because I get it. Like sometimes if I see some like I've wanted to do that when it comes to like if I see like somebody talking shit about Joe Hayden or something, you know, you'd be like, yo, but man, relax. What are we doing? We all can't pick up a James Bradbury off free agency.
Nah, chill out. Let's not overhype James Bradbury.
Top 100 player, bro.
chill.
The next region finally.
It's just sad, man.
No.
What? Whoa,
Big
what?
Island, bro.
Since y'all on the Juju topic, I was gonna ask both of y'all, how did y'all feel about that video? Like,
you want me to give you my honest old head first reaction?
Yes.
My first old head reaction, because I'm trying to move away from being that toxic fan, but he still lives here. He's still here. I was like, what are you doing, guy? What are we doing?
Wow, I'm surprised to say we differ on this. I did not give a shit.
And then I saw Matt tag Mark.
then it changed and then I was
like, he fucking won. What are you mad at? He didn't even fall.
It changed the whole context of the situation.
Wasn't even that bad.
I personally felt that like he had spotters like on each side just in case if
he's a professional athlete. He was going so slow. What was going to happen?
He showed it, though. That balance was impeccable, boy.
Dude, you seen his core strength? I seen him work out.
Yeah, if you guys, you guys aren't going to follow Juju, but he puts in a lot of work, man, if you follow his Snapchat. But the toxic part of the Twitters, they don't give a shit, man.
There's a problem with him specifically, and it's a thing I've been thinking about this a lot lately. This is like kind of a weird diatribe, but I've been reading this boxing book. It's about a sport. It's a sports writer from like the 50s, and he's writing about these old school boxers and stuff. And he talks about the way that like the managers kind of the way they talked about sort of like owning the boxers and stuff like that. And you realize like there's this like deep seated fucking whatever kind of mentality in American sports. And I think a lot of people subscribe to that without even realizing it. And that to me is like, that's what gets me so amped up about the Juju thing. Or I even saw somebody trying to call TJ Watt out for not practicing today and like, they should fine him or whatever. And I'm like, they don't owe you anything. You do not own them. Like they're professional athletes. They're human beings. Like you don't.
Man, TJ should have been a cowboy.
Yeah, that whole
you got Taco Charlton.
That's what I say all the time.
Two bum ass, man. Oh my god. Yo. Remember the day of that pick, bro? I remember the day of that pick. I was like, so we didn't take two. We took who? A projected third rounder? Who?
I kept telling you. I was like, yo, bro, that's a good pick, man. Taco's nice, man. That's the reason why
you drafted Taco Charlton, and that wasn't even the worst first round pick of that draft. It was Evan Ingram. The dude is a solid bum. All right.
Pro bowler, bro.
I do know he is the next closest person on the top receptions from last year who crossed double-digit drop percentage after Deontay Johnson.
Oh, he's literally.
We don't got that problem.
It could be from a curl route. It could be from a goddamn jet sweep. At least 60% of those attempts that was thrown to him caused a turnover. Daniel Jones had 10 interceptions last year because of Evan.
This isn't my show, but let me turn this around on you for 1 second because I wanted to ask a Cowboys fan a Giants fan this. My like I have some of my family as Giants fans. I don't know if you guys know, I live in New York City. I live in Brooklyn, and
we were born there. That's dope.
Yeah, well, no, I was born. I'm actually originally from Connecticut, but like New York metro area, like
that whole is all connected.
Yeah. But I live in Brooklyn now. But I have family that's Giants fans, so I got love for the Giants. They're like a sibling franchise to the Steelers. So
I tell you all that time, bro.
Yeah, it's no hate with the Giants, but do you see it with your quarterback? Because I'm trying and I don't see it, man. I'm sorry, I just don't.
All right.
I'm not even trying to hate. I
think it's not. I am the first person to literally criticize Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones last year was beyond sorry. It could be Jason Garrett or it could be him. I think it's both because he's just clueless sometimes. You know, it'll be a couple plays where he'll throw a nice little 10, 15-yard pass. He'll hit you on a solid deep bomb. And then the next goddamn play, he fucking throws a pick to Cameron Hayward. It doesn't make any sense. It does not. That preseason interception on his before the end of the second half.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I know.
Throw the ball out or run it at least. But
no, I don't see it. I don't see it with him.
That's tough.
In his rookie season, when he had Pat Shurmur, he had a good throwing season. Fumbling was always his issue. He needs to work on that.
He does. He turns the damn ball over.
He turns the ball over a lot.
Yeah, he does.
But if you did watch last year, the offense was pretty sorry. But it was the main cause of all these interceptions.
I mean, they lost their star player. Like, it's fair. I didn't expect him to be great. When I watch him play, I'm like, I just don't see it.
He's got to take over. Like
I think Andrew Thomas played a good factor in that too, man. Last year,
Thomas, we don't want to talk about Andrew Thomas.
That's tough.
The Giants can't draft. The Giants can't develop. The Giants, we're just in a poverty state right now. And anything y'all say,
it's been a really rough stretch, man. I feel for you. It's a proud franchise.
Besides 2016, we just been really bad. We cannot hit on any draft.
Fucking McAdoo slicked his hair back, bro.
It's not even McAdoo.
No Ben McAdoo slander, bro. Stop. No Ben McAdoo slander, bro.
No, he's sorry.
Hey, let me on Hard Knocks the other day, bro.
I say this every year. I say this every time I mention McAdoo. He literally went up to Eli and was like, "Yo, you want to keep your streak?" Like, that's Matt. You don't do that as a coach.
I could not agree more. That was what he did was an absolute disgrace. And not even to start, like, they started Geno Smith, right? Like,
Geno Smith.
Like, Kyle Lotta was on the fucking.
No. We drafted Davis Webb. Kyle Lotta was the year after. And this third round pick that we got, like, why not give him the reps?
Yeah.
Why not try to develop him and see what he has for next season or preseason? Like,
that shit was sad.
You know what? Just play Eli a quarter and take him out. I know there was so much conversation about that, but it always left a really bad taste in my mouth. I thought that was a really shitty thing for a proud franchise.
Eli didn't want to come in and play a snap and get out too. He said the streak really doesn't matter to him. If he's not
he don't care. He won 2 Super Bowls. What the fuck?
He wants to be in position to win, not for no goddamn streak. He didn't care about that.
That's fair.
That fucking sucked though, man. I was just because I feel like it's easier to say now, but in retrospect, man, because who else had that? Brett Favre was the closest, or still has that record, right? Most consecutive starts.
Brett Favre has the Iron Man record.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Brady on his way or something? Am I tripping?
No, because he missed a year in the middle there in 07 or 08.
Yeah. It's Brett Favre and then Peyton and Eli. Eli was third.
Damn.
Yeah.
Steve, I had asked the boys when we started this, man. What was a cut that kind of hurt your soul a little bit today? Because it was a bloody day today, man. When it comes to hearing the names, man.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, off the top of my head, there's a few that I'm just like relieved made it.
Yep.
I am a big supporter of the Marcus Allen to linebacker switch.
Yeah,
And
buddy, that's my guy.
I see him, probably from knowing me for as long as you have now. I have a obsession with Jordan Dangerfield. I love those like old school, like special team kind of guys. Like, just those dudes that just like play football. They don't even really have a position. And so I'm hyped to see him, continue here. It was cool, like you said, to see Jameer Jones make it. I'm glad Cassius Marsh got cut because he is awful.
He is garbage.
What happened to Josh Dobbs that he's on IR?
He got hurt, yeah, because Haskins came back in the last preseason game. I think Dobbs must have tweaked something. I was talking about this.
They said it was turf toe when it happened. My bad.
Yeah, I was talking about this to somebody in my earlier stream, and honestly, for Josh Dobbs, it's like probably the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Like because he was gonna get cut and probably signed in the practice squad at best anyway. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. He's not gonna start anywhere. I mean, no hate on him, but he gets to be in the NFL for another year and not have to really do anything. So.
Dang, y'all cut Rico Bussey as well.
Whoa, nah, that's a practice squad go. 84.
Oh, he's on the practice squad.
They're gonna try to get him there.
Take your ass back.
All right. Yeah, because when I went to Hines and I've seen those two practices, he actually was pretty good, and
he's been flashing all summer. Yeah,
him and Anthony Johnson. That sucks.
Jalen Samuels, I'm not surprised.
I don't like the Trey Edmonds cut. I don't like the Trey Edmonds cut at all.
Trey Edmonds is like kind of nothing for me.
You guys, it was hold on. You have Najee McFarland. Well, Najee Snow and McFarland. Why do you need Edmonds or Samuels? Samuels just should have put at tight end.
That's Balaj. Balaj, I think. Balaj is going to be our two. Right?
Balaj, I think, was the most, for me, maybe the most pleasant surprise of the preseason.
Yeah.
He looked like Benny Snell if Benny Snell had athletic ability.
Yep.
In the Hall of Fame game, he did really good. Like, well, the running back as a whole did really good, even though Najee didn't do as much that first game. But McFarland, he doesn't look shook anymore. He's hitting holes like a pro running back now.
And Benny Snell is just one of those guys. He's like a Tomlin guy. When you watch the Steelers for long enough, you start to pick up. There's people where you're like, oh, that's a Tomlin guy. Like, and I get it because I get like I too want Benny Snell to be like, I want Benny Snell football to be a thing, and it's just not a thing.
It was for a second. I think those fumbles killed him. I think Feetner killed his confidence last year because Benny Snell, as a rookie, just cojones. That's just what he looked like. He was just cojones.
I totally agree, but I think at the end of the day, Benny Snell is just a backup running back. I think he could be like a decent spot starter, but I think that's really.
I gotta be on the Najee Harris train now.
Yeah, Najee's the guy.
I said, man, we all did. I wish I could have clipped that. I didn't clip it, but when we drafted him, I was so obnoxiously loud. I don't know if you boys remember just how ignorant I was. That they was just like, "Come on, bro, I remember. Let's fucking go Alabama." Yo, seeing him in two practices, man, it's like, it's such a, like, just that whole narrative that we were on, that a fourth round running back, Eddie was calling this for 2 years, Steve. That's real. We had two bets in a row, bro. We thought we could do it with a third to sixth round running back, bro.
Oh, nice. A jersey patch signed. Beautiful. Yeah, nice. Bro. No, the running back thing, I mean, everybody says that, and then you get into the preseason, and I think we were watching when we played the Eagles. Did the Eagles draft like that Kenneth Gainwell? They drafted one of those like mid-round backs, right? And I'm looking at the guy in the preseason game, and I'm like, look at that guy. There was literally people on Twitter being like, oh yeah, he'll be just as good as Najee Harris.
We don't need to draft
fucking Najee Harris. How did 23 teams pass on that dude? Just look at him and listen to him talk for 10 seconds. I don't care if you need a running back or not.
He is.
The guy's he's an NFL player. You're crazy.
Honestly,
to pass on that. I can't believe
the first
Miami did.
16, Miami at pick 18.
Thank you, Miami.
I cannot believe I was having
Miami should have took him.
I was having like panic attacks all week because I was like, they're gonna take him. There's no way they're not. They got Tua. They're gonna. I thought for sure. I don't know how they passed on him.
If you watch his overtime thing, and then Eddie, you can actually your statement, or if you watch his overtime thing or whatever that the platform is on. He he was like talking to his agent, like, man, it would be dope to play with Tua, and my boy Jalen just went there. He was down for Miami, man. He genuinely thought, and when they passed up on him, thank God, bro.
Oh,
I
I
thank
know.
God every day. Because Travis Etienne, can you imagine the Steelers going through that injury right now? It'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap. We'd be depressed as shit.
Honestly, I think they might have taken Freiermuth with the first pick.
If
Najee was there.
I
really think they would have.
I tell the boys all the time, if it wasn't for a man named Kyle Pitts, Freiermuth would have 100%.
Kyle Pitts wasn't going past 7 or 8.
I'm telling you, pick Carolina was. I'm telling you, sleep on it if you want, but we can have this conversation in 2 or 3 years. Pat Freiermuth is gonna be one of the best tight ends in the league. And I know the way I know that is because Ben's already being mad cheeky about it. Like after he threw 2 touchdowns to him, he had like a pre-prepared line where he was like, well, I don't really, he kind of reminds me of somebody else who used to be here, like making an allusion to Heath. And I'm like, I've been following Ben long enough. Like you didn't just come up with that on the spot. You've been thinking about that all week.
That boy corny as hell. LA, love you, Ben.
Love you. I'm not saying I don't believe in Pat Freiermuth, but I was definitely on that reach train, because y'all definitely did not need a tight end with the 2nd round pick. But I did watch him in practice, and he has solid hands. He could block, and he has decent route running skills.
He got swag.
I've seen Ebron drop like 3 passes
in the practice, right, bro?
Yes.
Just in practice.
I didn't see Freiermuth drop.
Oh,
man.
He's been catching absolutely everything. And I think the reason they wanted to, and you saw them really attack the draft this way, they really were thinking a lot about what Canada wants to do. And I think they're really trying to lean into his scheme. And their offense is going to look different this year. And they drafted linemen specifically that could move. They wanted to have the 2nd tight end with the flexibility to block or catch. Najee obviously changes things. I think that's why they went after. I didn't agree with the Freiermuth pick at first either, to be honest with you, because I like Ebron and I thought he was fine. But seeing him on the field, dude's a player. Yeah.
Pat was when I started doing I tweeted out months ago, like before the draft, I'm like, if we don't get Najee, we're probably gonna get Pat, and we ended up going 1-2. And when that happened, I was just like, I just don't want to get too excited, but
yeah,
this team does not draft offensive players that high, man, especially skill players. Like, yeah, we get the Chase Claypools, the Washingtons, the Jujus in round 2, but we drafted a dude in round 1. Like, we didn't just draft, no disrespect to Damian Harris, these guys who were at these schools.
No, I know what you mean.
That's dope, but we drafted like a Alabama leading rusher? What the fuck? This is the school that had Derrick Henry too? Like
we don't usually get the opportunity because we're always picking in the 20s. I think Tomlin said that last year, remember, to Chase Young. Did you catch that on like the NFL Films thing where he was like I hope I never get to draft a dude like you or something like that, right?
Every time I hear that,
I was just about to say, man.
And winning that meaningless game against Washington 2 years ago, man. He would have had Chase Young, but now we got the worst fucking left tackle of that draft.
Damn,
man. Draft has been tough for y'all.
You got to see
it has not been. The only players we hit on was JPP, OBJ, Saquon. Everybody else has been injured or trash.
I will forever hate Gettleman for separating.
Flowers, Ingram, Baker. There's plenty more people I can say.
I feel it. I think football is better when the Giants are good. Mostly because I'm stuck watching the NFC East on Sunday night almost every night when I'm working on my fucking show, and I can only deal with so many goddamn Cowboys and Eagles games. Like, I'm sorry, bro. It's not as good as Steelers Ravens. Like I don't get why Cowboys Eagles gets to be. I know. I mean, I get why it's ratings.
It's a historic.
I know.
It's historic.
I know.
Cowboys always gonna get them ratings, man. No matter how trash our team is.
I
know. And they've won like 2 playoff games in the last 20 years.
Man,
like
exactly 25.
You mad?
26 now. Okay, you mad?
Dalton.
Bro, I'm not
You
bad.
be
My
Andy Dalton.
literally my first football memory is Neil O'Donnell throwing 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl. So y'all got me there. I can't.
I'm so glad
so
I didn't have to
you
witness
watched the
that.
total. You watched the total of 4 Super Bowls, and how many you watched, Ben, with your favorite team? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All
how many you watched?
Cool. 2.
How many times
2. What the fuck? Why would you say that?
And then if I was
I'm not on the
biased at
team. What do you want me to say, bro?
That's the ultimate response.
We just don't get the elite defenses y'all get. It's not our fault, bro.
Here we go.
Talk about the
It is
Giants.
Here we go.
No, I do
Giants,
think
2
okay.
steel curtains.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Pass
Let me ask
rush
you,
too
because I
crazy.
did a Giants question. I don't want to only talk about Giants and Steelers. Can I ask you a Cowboys thing? What do you as a Cowboys fan ultimately feel about Jerry Jones as like a manager? Like, do you think that that's a problem? Because I think it's a problem.
I think it's long overdue that we get a GM.
Yeah.
Like we get it, and then it's not going to end with Jerry. It's like as soon as Jerry passes, it's going to go right to Steven. And I've been saying Troy Aikman has been up for the job. Like he's been wanting to be a part of
get him out the
part
booth.
of it.
I agree, man.
Yeah,
like he's been wanting a part of the organization so long, and I'm like, you know, you might as well make him a GM, or you know, Tony Romo is right there. You know, he's also a Cowboys legend. You know.
Yeah, no, I get you on that, man.
Wait, Troy's a. I'm sorry, Steve. Is Tony a Cowboys legend already?
He's better than Troy.
Franchise passing leader, yeah. Fuck Troy. I mean,
so okay. I just wanted to go ahead. My bad.
Hey, Aikman won 3 Super Bowls, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
so he's overrated.
Aikman is.
Dude, you go 3-0. You go 3-0 in the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch him throw a single pass.
Aikman is Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo, if he hit that pass to Emmanuel Sanders. That's it.
Spicy take.
I respect.
Dude, there's a lot of games just to get to the Super Bowl, man. I can't disrespect the NFL like that. You win multiple championships. I can't talk shit on you. I can't.
If you manage the game well enough, like Troy Aikman,
a lot of people could make the argument about Eli, man. Like
100%.
I mean, we're the only one with quarterbacks who actually went out and won it. So you know,
Eli in 07
same class
had a great defense, had a great. Now I wouldn't say an all-time defense, but the defense was great. The defense bought in; they were all in. You have a defensive line with Strahan, Tuck, and Menora. That is cheating, literally cheating. But 2011, you don't.
That was just weird.
You don't discredit a quarterback in 2011 who had 4,900 yards and 30 touchdowns.
He probably also had like 31 interceptions, right?
16. Chill out.
No, that's Ben season last year.
Chill out. 16.
I'm just playing with you. I'm just saying you can go with that.
Eli throws picks. You know, when you lose Hakeem Nicks and Victor Cruz for the whole year, you got nobody to goddamn throw it to. You're gonna throw.
What season was that? Tip pick year. What's the tip pick year where every pick damn near?
Oh, that was 2010. When he threw 31 touchdowns and 25 picks.
I don't know why I remember that football season so hard, bro.
And it was like at least 12 tipped interceptions. Eli Manning, he has questionable decisions sometimes. You can't deny that. But
okay, let me ask you this, because usually when I have these conversations with people on a podcast, it's mostly just Steelers people. So the 2 non-Steelers people, would you agree that the 04 draft class is Roethlisberger, Manning, Rivers?
Yeah, I've always said that. I always put Manning over Rivers.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm surprised.
Always
only
put Manning
because
over Rivers.
I'm a defend Eli with my life. I don't care. But from 2013 to 2018, he was sorry. All right.
Yeah.
He was
true.
complete.
I guess
He
Rivers
did not have great O-line help. He did not have. He had OBJ and then a bunch of fill-ins at wide receiver. Ruben Randall, Victor Cruz after missing a year and a half. Larry Donnell, who was a fumble machine, Ty, who did not make it past the season.
I just never felt. Yeah, I never felt like Eli had the ability to, except for rare instances like the Super Bowls and the playoff runs, but like he didn't have the ability on the game-to-game basis to elevate the people around him like a Ben or like a Drew Brees or those guys. Like I just felt like he had like a smidge less of whatever the hell that trait is, where he could elevate other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, I mean, Eli, he gets new targets almost every season, and like he had guys like Cruz, Nix, and Manningham, but they weren't healthy for his whole stretch of 2010 to 2013.
Yeah.
Hakeem Nicks was gone after 2 years, and he was one of the best wide receivers for 2010 and 2011.
True, yeah,
season.
he was good for a couple of years there.
Victor Cruz had a magical 1,500-yard season, but he was also injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
He can't help it if he's just getting constant sub-ins. He lucked out with OBJ. OBJ did extend his career. I'm going to always say that. OBJ extended his career for 3 years, but I always say that every receiver that leaves the Giants does not perform good enough or as good as they had with Eli.
That's true.
Every time.
That's true.
Name a receiver. Ruben Randall went to the Eagles, trash. Steve Smith went to the Eagles, trash. Mario Manningham went to the 49ers, trash. Victor Cruz went to the Bears, retired. OBJ with the Browns, injury prone.
Yeah, I think
he does get shit on his chest, though.
Beckham's earned a different level than those guys. I think you can shit on him if you want, but you can just
OBJ?
see it. Yeah, he's better than those guys.
What? 100%.
Yeah,
OBJ was one of my favorite
class.
players for the New York Giants. I'm not one of those. Oh, I'm glad we got rid of Odell. He was a cancer. No, he wasn't.
Shit,
because you can see it.
Okay. Well, when I thought we were losing Juju, I openly was tweeting that I was okay with Odell coming to the Steelers. Only when I thought we were going to lose Juju. Just because, that man in the slot, man. It
doesn't matter.
Last year,
no matter
it would have been
what,
chasing.
Odell's a decoy, all right? He really opens up a lot of things for the Browns. Nick Chubb is that guy that opens stuff up for the Browns. But when Nick Chubb is having a struggling game, you can sub in Hunt and still have OBJ drawing double teams and open up the run game.
He's not even really. He's the best. He is their best. He has their best top, ceiling of anybody on that team. But really, Jarvis Landry is their number one receiver. They use him like that. He's the sort of possession guy, the guy that everything runs through. Kind of like like they use like Cooper Kupp or whatever in LA. I mean, he's really just he's the number one. Beckham doesn't even. It never feels like he really impacts the game, but like you say, it's because he's drawing safeties and stuff.
He hasn't really impacted the game since 2016, for being honest.
Against the Cowboys.
But hey, like he usually does. Like he usually did. But besides the Cowboys game, he's been getting shut down by the Ravens. He's been getting shut down by the Steelers every year being with them. And he's been injury prone. I think the next best highlight of OBJ's was that 80-yard touchdown against the Jets when he took a slant to the house. That's it. A couple one-handed catches here and there, and then what? Quiet.
It's true. Yeah. He never had the consistency that those other like sort of top line wide receivers get. Who do you guys see as the best wide receiver in the game right now?
Devontae Adams.
I think I think this offseason I came to agree with that.
I'm gonna go 1A, 1B, Adams and Hopkins, because
Hopkins is crazy. Yeah, Hopkins is
just because Devontae Adams had a good season. DeAndre Hopkins has been the best wide receiver for like the last 2 seasons.
The one thing I will say though, just about what the guy that we just said,
Adams.
Yeah, Devontae. When I was doing the Deontay Johnson piece and I did some research about catch percentages and stuff, he got targeted like 150 times and had like a 0.6 drop percentage, Devontae Adams, and scored like 16 touchdowns or something. Like low-key, I didn't realize how crazy his year was last year. I think
that's all. Go ahead.
No, I didn't realize how much that guy had really ascended.
Numbers.
Yeah. And then
that's all work ethic too. Yeah. Because like he was wide receiver 3 when he first came in for the Packers, and he would just stay silent and kept working. And it definitely paid off because man, he is really good. Really good.
I want to say I don't know if it's a hot take, but I think if we see I want to be biased so bad, boy. But I honestly think that if Calvin Ridley is able to put up some wild shit now that Julio's now there. Now that people are gonna say Kyle Pitts is gonna open, but how much is a rookie tight end really gonna open?
Rookie tight ends never do hardly anything.
They don't. In their first couple seasons,
very rarely.
It takes so long. Bias. Zach Gentry finally figured out how to fucking block. This
dude, he was a quarterback. He was a quarterback when he was like a junior
Michigan,
in college. Yeah,
bro, he was a quarterback. He finally just started. It takes a minute, man. Tight ends, bro. So I think my hot take,
the only exception was Gronk. He could. I mean, the ceiling is Gronk when you want to talk about rookie seasons because 2011, Gronk was an animal.
No, Tony Gonzalez was trash his rookie year too. Yeah, mad drops his rookie year.
Yeah, that was way back in like the 90s. I mean, that was a whole different. That was like 2 generations of football ago.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, you're right.
That was like the block and release era.
That was when the kickers still had shoulder pads that were like this high,
and the fucking uprights were like white as shit. Right?
When I was watching the preseason the other day, Boswell. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even wearing shoulder pads. I was like, what is it? It was like it's like literally
ain't
like this.
Ain't nobody gonna hit him.
No, I know, but like, why even have him then?
Have you ever attempted a fake with Chris Boswell?
Yeah, he threw. Oh, that was Big Al. No,
he didn't throw it. I don't think. Did he?
In Denver, the fucking
the one to Villanueva. But did Boz throw it or did Barry? I think Barry did.
Oh, I don't want to give him credit. Was it Jordan Barry?
I don't know. I don't remember that. I just remember.
I think it was
there an accidental fake field goal against Baltimore a couple years ago.
There was an extra point. This was back when we still had Brad Wing. I remember the only reason I remember this because I posted this play one time and Brad Wing retweeted it and I was like, oh hey Brad Wing, like and it was because he was holding it and he like muffed an extra point hold, I think, and then he like threw it up to one of the linemen and they actually scored, or maybe he ran it in. I don't remember.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the only reason I know that I remember that is because I happened to stumble on it on something else, and then I tweeted it out, and Brad Wing was like, "LOL."
I remember at one point Brad Wing was like, kind of, I don't know if not famous, but he was getting some sort of clout because of like his history with Odell. Do you remember that? Like him.
Yeah, they were like buds on the Giants.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, he was for 2 seasons.
I remember when he left the Steelers, I was like, oh, I liked Brad Wing. He was swaggy. I liked him. Yeah, he wasn't.
He was on the Steelers.
Bro.
I forgot.
I think we traded him. I think y'all gave us a draft pick for him.
I hope not.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, when you have the GM that we got.
No, I'm pretty sure you guys gave us like a 6 or 7 for him.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I don't even remember who.
Speaking of specialists, damn man, we got a thick one. Sorry, boys. Sorry.
We're entering a new era, and
we got a thick punter. His name is Presley Harvin, boys.
Did you see?
Well, I know who Presley Harvin is, man. I have a Steelers in a Madden franchise league. And I cut it for Presley Harvin because Harvin is
got that leg, future. Boy.
I'm gonna need to see 3 fakes a year.
No, the guy's awesome. I'm glad he made the team. I've said before, I just hope he can hold well because that is an important part of that job that a lot of people don't talk about. And they changed both the long snapper and the punter / holder. And I love Harvin.
Kennedy.
Whatever, but ultimately what Boswell does is more important than what either of them do. So
we saw how important he was, man.
I'm just saying, hope that all works out. It is an element of the job. That's all.
Did you see that clip that Alex posted? Shout out Alex, or he posted that clip of Christian Kuntz.
Wow.
Christian Kuntz. He was getting a sack in the preseason 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was formerly listed as a linebacker. Yeah.
I love this game, man. Al Villanueva, trash, but he was a tight end or something, right? He was a defensive lineman. Then we converted him. I love this game, man. And when shit like that happens, that's dope. I'm
with you.
I saw on Twitter somebody was like, "Can we move Henry Mondeau to the offensive line?"
Oh man.
By the way, I don't see what the Steelers love about Henry. Maybe I'm being ignorant.
I like him. I actually like him. I think he's high motor. I think if you watch some of the games he played in the back half of last year, he actually was getting in the backfield a little bit. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Hargrave, not as good, obviously, but I'm telling you, he's not as bad as you think.
For me, it's Carlos Davis, man. I love Carlos.
Well, they kept
both of them.
They kept so many defensive players. Actually, I mean,
we did. We kept all of them, bro.
Both the linebackers. I think the thing I was most shocked about. I mean, they kept 1 million linemen, which they only play 3 at a time. So I don't know why you need all of them. I don't think Tuitt's going to play. I think Tuitt's going to go on IR. By the way,
no. When I seen I don't know. Alex doesn't really.
What's his injury?
He doesn't have an injury, but
his brother passed away in the off season.
Yeah.
So you remember when we were at practice, boys, and he was on the sideline, and I mentioned, like, I didn't want to be disrespectful, but he definitely gained a little weight. I don't know where.
No, I think he's out of shape. Yeah,
he is not ready. He's not ready, bro. He's not ready. He's not.
They're talking about putting him on the IR, the pup or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Sadly, I think. You can't blame somebody. Everybody goes through that. How you go through that? Because he got killed, right?
People grieve in different ways.
Wasn't it like a shooting or an accident or?
I think it was an accident. I think it was either somebody hit him or
hit and run.
Because Jalen Twyman got shot at. I know.
Yeah, I think it might have been a hit and run.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I did not mean to say that. So excited. God damn. I
know what you mean.
But yes, fuck. It was. Yes, it was a hit and run.
I have another question for both of you, Steeler fans, you Yinzers. Cam Newton just got released, and I'm not saying that Ben Roethlisberger couldn't get throw out his elbow again. How would y'all feel though if that situation happens and y'all sign Cam Newton? Like, I want Cam, or do you believe in Mason, which I shouldn't? Haskins.
Okay, so this is a good one because this is going to be where me and him differ for the first time. I'm just going to tell you what I think, like how I just see the team because of Tomlin and knowing him and the way he sees things. There's zero chance they would ever do that. They would never sign Cam Newton.
Nope.
No way. And also, I mean, not for nothing, not to bring up, I don't think anybody's going to sign him actually right now because not to like be political, but he's unvaccinated and that's a problem because of the way the protocols work, where you have, especially as a quarterback, you have to be held out for like 5 days even if you just have a close contact or something. And that's why Belichick cut him. He was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this. Like for my starting quarterback, I mean, he said not. And that's his prerogative. And so I don't think you're going to see Cam Newton get signed right away. I really don't.
The only team would be Houston because they could definitely use a bump in talent. Last year I was on the Cam train because of.
What do you mean? They got a nice quarterback number 4 named Deshaun Watson, man. I think he's really good, man.
But if he don't play, they don't know.
Are they going to carry him on the active roster and just make him inactive?
Yeah, they're gonna find him. They're gonna find him every game that he missed. I read, this is definitely wrong, between 100,000 to maybe some mil is the range. That's a big range.
They're gonna find him.
No, that's how much he would owe at the end of the season because they plan on carrying him for the year, but they're just gonna find him, and I'm okay. I keep hearing that a lot of teams offered exactly what they want, but they're just like nah. I mean, they keep declining.
If you think about it, like economics wise, it doesn't make any sense for them to trade him really right now. Why you don't trade an asset when it's at its lowest value?
It's a top 10 quarterback in the league, man.
I know, but until
an asset at its lowest value, Antonio Brown has entered the chat.
Bro, he got a 3rd and a 5th round pick back. We got Deontay Johnson, and he didn't even play a game for the Raiders. I'll take it.
Watson would get more.
What's that?
Watson would. Go ahead.
Oh no, but we didn't trade. We didn't trade AB though because of we traded him because he didn't want to be on the team anymore. The Watson thing, I'm saying they have no leverage because everybody knows they want to dump him. Like you have to. We don't have enough information with his situation yet. I never want to slander anybody until I've been down this road with Roethlisberger. So it's not to talk shit, but we don't know the answer yet. We don't know how that stuff's going to play out. And I think, they probably made an assessment. Either this is going to go really bad and we'll get nothing, or this won't be that bad, and in a year somebody will give us more than they'll give us now.
I think that's what it is. I
They
think
ain't winning shit this year no matter what they do, so what's the difference?
It's the same logic with
That's true.
Juju coming back on that deal he did. It's damn, I'm gonna sound like the old man again. But I don't know, Steve. I'm pretty goddamn sure he's gonna leave next year, man. He just gives
Juju?
Me,
yeah, most likely.
He just gives me that vibe. I think James. It's either for me. It's a toss up between James or Juju. I think people would love James so much more if he had Juju's production, because James has that farmer boy, stay quiet. He's still low key, like give me rookie vibes with how he just real low key.
He has no sauce. He's no charisma.
No, that's what it's like. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Like I like James because of 2019. Always gonna put love on James's name, but that's what it is. It's no, like I'll be straight up. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I told Chase to his face he was dropping shit at practice, but me and my girl saw one video of his first video on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this guy's a dick. He's gonna be great.
Oh, Claypool?
But he's a dick. I just immediately
get. I need him to have a great season, man. I drafted him in 2 fantasy.
No, I'm with you, man. There were moments. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this yesterday. There were moments last year where Claypool would be like pointing and laughing at dudes' faces when they drop balls on the sideline or something. It's like, bro, you're a rookie. Like I love shit talk. And ultimately he's a monster, and he mostly backed it up last year, but he did put a target on his back, and he's gotta have that head on a swivel, man, because he's gonna become hated, and if he's not already. And bro, you're right.
I am fucking cut my fucking wrist right now. It's fucking black and gold. Okay. I bleed this, but there's just something about it's like like you have to be confident in this game. You can't go out there like Artie Burns. I will always say his rookie year. If that Artie would have just stayed, just that confidence, but you could tell, bro, after getting killed in that Bengals game where it was a wrap. His confidence was done. With Chase, it's just like, damn, dude. I mean, can we get a little bit of like, can you have 1,000-yard year? Juju had 1,000-yard year. Can we relax?
Juju had a 1,500-yard year.
Yeah. I was writing something and I looked that season up and I was like, damn. Like I
bring that up all the time. Everybody's like, oh, Juju's, bro. He had a 1,500-yard season as a 21-year-old.
Yep.
As a number 2.
Yep.
Oh, that was number 1.
Don't tell me Juju can't play.
That's why I said, man. I thought Juju was going
number 1.
I thought Juju was going to New York. I told you this all off season. I'm like, bro, why do you want Galladay? You already got Juju coming on the way, bro.
I won't blame Juju when he leaves and is bitter about the way people treated him here, because it truly disgusts me. And I mean that very deeply. Like it's problematic as fuck. Like people talk about him like he's an absolute piece of shit idiot. And I hate it. It infuriates me. I can't take it. It's one thing, like you want to be like, oh, he's not a number 1, whatever. That's different. But what we see in our community, I mean, it's like 60-40. You got 60% of people are like, oh, Juju's great. And then you got 40% of people that think he's the worst thing that ever happened. And you're like,
man.
Dude, he's 24 years old and he's already accomplished more in his life than you ever will. Shut up.
But those 40%, man, those 40% be the folk that like are in that camp of like, AB could have got away with so much more nonsense if he would have stayed these last 2-3 seasons, because just give us the yards, give us production. Yeah. We don't give a shit.
He was that good.
Meanwhile, it's like, okay, I get it. Because sometimes it can be a little, put my old head hat on. Juju can be insufferable sometimes, but he doesn't seem like a genuine dick like Chase does, where I'm like, I don't want to hear him
Chase
talk.
Is bad.
I just want to see. Chase is going to have a cool career. He's going to get his numbers and shit. I don't think he's going to be a Steeler for long.
No, I don't think he'll get a second contract.
No.
He can come to New York.
Not like, Juju. Bro, he going to end up right over
I think
here.
I would say this. I think there's a better chance Juju gets a contract after this year with the Steelers than Claypool does after his rookie deal. I don't think Claypool gets a second deal. I just don't see it.
No, he doesn't seem like a...
If Claypool produces, like you see, well, I think this is just a way too early overreaction, because you gotta wait till year 2, year 3 to really see like what he like how he is on the field and off the field. But
to be fair, I saw the first video that Juju dropped when he started, and me and Mark were like, oh, little cringe, but it didn't give me that like, oh, I'm gonna fucking hate this guy vibes.
I think, yeah, you know what it is with Juju, I think, and this is what bugs me about that whole situation, is that dude always puts his head down and gets extra yardage. He takes on defenders. Like last year, he was doing that constantly. I remember one time I don't know if it was against the Ravens or whatever, and he put a tweet out after that was like, yo, you just got stiff armed 10 yards by a TikTok influencer.
I think that was the Ravens. Yep.
And the dude goes out and puts his head down and hits people. So whatever he does off the field, I guess you can clown him if you want, but like I don't see it that way. I watch what he does. I
feel like it could be worse, man. Yeah. If our worst problem in that receiver room is maturity,
exactly,
compared to 7 baby moms coming out talking shit, reporters getting and AB is my favorite to this day. I don't give a fuck how ignorant. I'll put it on Twitter. Who's your favorite all-time Steelers? Antonio, bro, he was a 6th-round pick. A 6th-round pick turned the best wide. I will argue AB versus Julio at their peaks any day of the year, bro.
It's AB is better.
AB, you can't. That 6 year, bro. His worst season, he got 15 touchdowns. Steve, his worst year, bro.
AB is the best skill player I've watched with my own eyes in my 31 years, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that wholeheartedly, dude. The dude was just he did stuff. It got to a point by like 15, 16 where he would do stuff that was absolutely incredible. And you'd be like, oh yeah, like you didn't even have to like think twice if he got his feet down, because you're like, oh, that was AB. Like
Tony toe tap.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't. He did that stuff every week. That catch. Out that catch and catch to get in field goal range against the Packers in 2017 is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. The ball is literally like 8 yards out of bounds, and he's running full speed, and he somehow is able to just slow his feet up. The guy's body control. It's a shame what happened with him, because I really think I think he was at a level where he was going to be making a case to say it was Jerry Rice, then Antonio Brown, and that's it. I strongly believe that.
Come on, when all that went down,
dude, look at his statistics from like 13 to 18. I'm telling you, there's no better 5-year stretch except for Jerry Rice. It's nuts.
When you're a threat to just put your hand up, and quarterback throw the ball down the field. I'm always put Moss at number 2. I did put in my top 10 because it was a list with AB, Owens, Ocho Cinco, Marvin, Fitz. Megatron.
I put it in my top 5.
Yeah,
always.
Basically the wide receivers we've seen in probably like the last 20 years. And I put AB as number 2 because he was the second best wide receiver I've seen. It was Moss, and then AB, and then Owens.
I think
because AB could do it all. Like AB was that he can take a drag, and he can be shifty and take it for like
stretch
a first
the
down.
field.
I think where I made the distinction, where I always made the distinction with Moss versus AB, and why I thought AB was ultimately better, was that AB impacted like almost every single play, and I don't think that Moss had the down-to-down impact that AB did. And you could say he pulled safeties and stuff like that, but I mean, like when you got into a 3rd and 2, you knew it was going to be Ben was going to roll out and hit AB on a crosser, and it was going to work, and there was nothing you could do about it. And I know you could say the same thing about throwing deep to Moss or whatever. I thought more
deep to Moss. Moss was he was that guy that was scary on screens, post routes. Like, I mean, I was honestly in the short and intermediate. He didn't have to be, because he was.
Yeah, but AB was dangerous on all 3 levels, man.
I was honestly a bigger Owens fan than Moss, to be honest with you.
Owens was way better after the catch. Like, he was like that guy we're talking about with Juju. He would put his head down and
physical.
Yeah, he's physical, and he could basically run every route on the route tree.
Dallas Cowboys great. Terrell Owens.
You could have. All right, sorry, you didn't say Eagles. It's okay.
Right. Sorry. The positive.
I do think of Owens in an Eagles jersey, though. Sorry to say. I mean, like, right when you picture in your mind's eye is, in my mind's eye, it's the NFL 2K5. Like he's an Eagle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I picture him as a Bill.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I picture him as a Bengal.
They gave him the key to the city, and he had a reality show going on at the time. I don't know if you remember.
The end of To was pretty sad. He was like,
he had a reality show with
and he'd still get like, he'd still catch like 7 touchdowns, which is nuts. He'd like be like washed and just still score touchdowns.
It's the saddest part for me, and it's funny because I remember that when he joined the Seahawks was his last stop, and that's the year that they went to the Super Bowl. And I don't remember what.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, bro, that hurt. I think about it all the time.
They released him in the preseason.
It's like Eddie, what's his name? Tiki Barber, not but the other the brother.
Tiki. Ronde Barber.
Yeah, he left the year y'all won the bowl, right?
No, that was
Tiki Barber.
Yeah, you're talking about Tiki Barber.
The same thing happened with
in I want to say he
06,
I think 07.
Yeah. And in 07, 08.
We literally was like, all right, we got the 6'4", 260-pound running back, and we're gonna have a running back by committee be the best rushing team for the next 2 years. Fuck Tiki Barber. He also tried to come back in 2011 too.
I remember that. I remember we talked about that.
He spoke to Coughlin and Plaxico Burress too. But then we were like, no. Burress went to the Jets, and Barber he went back to the booth because
that's what kind of helps me remember weird, like him. Ricky Williams left the Ravens the year they went to the Super Bowl. Like for some reason, shit like that kind of sticks with me. It's like it's like what if type shit. Like if I was on this roster, like if T.O. was on the Seahawks and just would have been an old man riding the bench, they probably still would have won the ball, right?
Jameis Winston in the Bucs.
Didn't happen with Sean McCoy.
Yeah,
two-time Super Bowl champ, bro. Back to back.
Back to back.
Le'Veon tried to do that. Le'Veon tried to pull that shit with the Chiefs last year. Didn't work out for him, sadly.
Nope.
So, Steve, when it comes to how Le'Veon and AB left, I understand that AB's departure was a little bit more explosive, but I put a little bit more, not hate, not toxicity. I don't know what's a good word. When it comes, all right, scale. Come on, Lev. We offered you the same shit the Jets did. Like, okay, AB.
Okay,
come on, Le'Veon.
I'm gonna tell you. I was just talking about this the other day with I don't remember who I was talking to, but I'm just literally always screaming into a void about the Steelers. It doesn't matter if anybody's listening, but
that's what Twitter's for, man. It's
exactly.
It's fucking beautiful.
Like. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Sorry, this is the second podcast I've done today.
You were talking about Le'Veon.
Le'Veon, yeah. Sorry. Literally, this is like the 4th podcast I've done in the last 3 days. So,
busy, bro.
Le'Veon, like, so the thing with him, the person I blame in the entire thing, I hate the Killer Bee breakup because they were all better for each other than they were apart.
Yep.
And they all should have known that, especially AB. AB was so much better with Ben than any. I mean, he got a ring, but still, they made magic together. Le'Veon, I put, like you say though, I get more spicy about that, and specifically his agent. I believe his agent misplayed the entire situation, and he's the reason that the Killer Bees fell apart. He tried to make Le'Veon's contract negotiation into a bigger thing than it was. They were trying to talk about money for like 2 years, like even before it was time to pay him. They tried to make it into this bigger, like, oh, Tomlin's like putting all these carries on him, and there was all this stuff on social media, and you know that the agents, like, they plant this shit. If it seems coordinated, it's coordinated. And they were trying to make it seem like he was being abused by his employer, and like the Steelers don't just like Le'Veon Bell had a legitimate chance to be like a Steelers Hall of Honor member. 100%. Like if he stayed a second contract in Pittsburgh, he would be an all-time beloved Steeler. He could go to Total Sports Enterprises, sign helmets for the rest of his fucking life, and make $1 bazillion. He's not going to be able to do that now. And I think it's a real shame that his agent did that to him. I think he misplayed the whole situation, and I think it started that whole chain of events. I think AB was just mentally unstable, to be honest. He just needs help, and I hope he gets it.
I always put, man, thinking about how that all flamed. It's even like Chris Boswell, man, and having the kicking season he did that 2018 year. It was like, damn, this run, this Killer Bee run ended in glorious, like
Flames.
fucking Ben, fucking elbow, fucking
I know.
Le'Veon saying that Andy Reid's a shit coach. Like AB is the only one who sort of, and that's just talent. That's just he was kind of too talented to whatever.
Well, and to be fair, it's not like I mean, he made some nice plays and scored some touchdowns and stuff, but they didn't win a Super Bowl because of him.
Well,
no.
I'm glad he got that ring though.
Fuck him. I don't care.
He really should have proved himself.
No, really, he broke my heart worse than any athlete ever, dude. To draft a guy in the 6th round and you really like, he gets a 3rd contract. You're, I mean, beloved, absolutely beloved. Same thing like Le'Veon. Again, I'm just saying from the perspective of legacy and stuff like that, dude. You know how much money Jack Lambert and Terry Bradshaw make every time they go sign some goddamn helmets? I'm just telling you, like. I know AB spent a lot of money already. He's made a lot of money and he spent a lot of it.
A whole lot of money.
I'm just saying, dude, who you signing autographs for, you know?
I think so. Do you think, damn, 10, I'll give it less than a decade, I think, before not the bridges are going to be mended all the way, but I think we'll see like a slow, like when the Steelers play that Juju 99 whatever yard touchdown versus Denver, they would always make sure to edit it in a way to keep the AB block out.
The block, yeah.
Yeah, now they're starting to, you know what I'm saying? AB's posting his shit for. I feel like eventually, like they're gonna. But damn, that just made me think about Juju even more. Look who the fuck look at the generation of Steelers he got drafted to. Him and TJ.
Yeah,
like fucking.
No, that 17 draft was great.
Bro, even James Conner, that whole
and Cam Sutton.
Right now,
Yeah, the first 4, not a bum in the bunch.
Nope.
The Giants don't have anyone.
I think we had 8. Draft. We had 8 guys from the draft this year make the team, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
our last 2 classes have been kind of wildly deep. As far as, I mean, you have Isaiah Buggs and Carlos Davis, who are both 6th, 7th round picks in our rotation.
No, they're doing a good job. They've really turned this team. I mean, that's the thing. Everybody wants to put the Steelers in the rearview mirror. And granted, I don't know what happens after Roethlisberger.
No,
but if you look around, there's not another significant skill player on the team who's older than 25.
No.
And none of the important guys on defense, besides the 2 defensive ends, Hayward, Tuitt, and Joe, everybody else is young. Like the whole team is pretty good, and they're all like under 25, 26 years old. So Tomlin and Colbert, they really stacked the cupboard, you know.
That's the state of the Giants right now. The oldest person on the team is Nate Solder. Everybody else is under 28.
Yeah, but our guys are good though, which is the difference.
But yeah, our guys suck.
That's fucking toxic.
They
just got on the show. Man.
I'm just shit talking. I'm just.
We do have the better corners, so that's all I can say.
We can't draft corners for shit.
That's true. That's
for
okay.
Shit.
We can't draft shit. All right.
Yeah, we don't have that problem. So
the Giants literally cut everyone on their backup offensive line today and traded for like 3 people. That's how bad.
Not a great sign of how camp went.
No, it did not.
I guess a good point. Yeah.
Andrew Thomas gave up 1.5 sacks and 3 pressures in the first half. He sucks. Matt Pert sucks.
Damn.
Nick Gates, he's only known for getting into a fight with Aaron Donald. He sucks. All right, everyone is trash.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. What's your honest outlook this year? Like, what do you think if you had to be honest with yourself, how many games do you think the Giants are winning? Cowboys too. I'm curious to hear. What do you think?
I won't say our defense is on par with the 2019 Steelers because y'all defense literally carried what was y'all 9-6-1?
That shit was. I felt like that could have been all time, man.
I feel like
in the Duck Hodges year we were 8-8.
Yes, man.
8-8.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see us being 8-9 or 9-8, and the defense literally winning most, if not all, of our games. We'll see the impact of Saquon Barkley because I don't even think literally week 1 last season against the Steelers, everyone was literally. How
that was crazy.
Bud Dupree and TJ Watt setting the edge on defense.
That game was absolutely domination. Yeah,
it was literally Literally,
I think Ben had more yards than
rushing. Yeah,
Yeah.
16-yard first down. Yep.
Only 6 yards. Oh no.
I just don't understand how, like, what are you training these guys? Like the Giants haven't been able to pick up stunts in a fucking decade.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I really don't. It pisses me off because we've drafted so many offensive linemen. We didn't draft one last year. We gave up Kevin Zeiler and said, "Yo, fuck offensive line. Let's go get some skill positions." And it's the same thing.
Kind of bang y'all.
Do you think the Saquon pick kind of like set in motion kind of that, like, that they didn't really build the team the right way because they were like, well, we got to start running back. Now we drafted a quarterback. We got to, and it seems almost like they tried to build the team backwards.
I don't really think so because there was no other, like, Josh Allen was that like wild card pick. He's one of the only, Josh Allen, Lamar were the only quarterbacks that were available for that draft that I'd see work with the Giants.
It's only been a couple of years, but it's kind of hard to look past skipping Josh Allen at this point, man.
Sam Darnold wasn't worth it. Josh Rosen really wasn't worth it. I tell Julio this, I tell Krustilski this all the time. The only player that the Giants could have drafted with that second pick was Quinn Nelson and take a shot at trading up for Nick Chubb. Because like we got Saquon and Will Hernandez. Will Hernandez has been garbage, but he
I like that
like
pick too, man.
He posted like a 93% block rating for last preseason game. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Stock up.
He got benched last year, so that probably woke him up for him to be nice, but.
I hope the best for you. I mean, in a division like that, anybody can win it. So it's
literally, the Giants. First of all, the Giants really should have won that division last year if Evan Ingram didn't have hands of stone, if he didn't have butterfingers, because he lost that game against the Eagles.
Am I safe to assume that you think the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, right?
I think it's Washington.
No.
Him?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I gotta bring the Cowboys in. See, like I'm mediating. I'm like
looking a bit crazy too.
Well, you're going to the season. You're scared of a team with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback.
But
that's not the thing.
We live different lives, bro.
Don't do that, Steve. Don't do that, Steve. There's a man on Eddie's roster right now who is the Steeler killer. Don't fucking do that.
Let's not bring up Mike Glennon now.
All right. Man.
Yeah.
That is going to be the wildest thing.
I was surprised to see the Cowboys. I was surprised to see the Cowboys cut Garrett Gilbert. I thought he actually did a real good job when he played the Steelers last year.
I thought they were going to cut Rush.
It's just that the last preseason games, you literally see Mike McCarthy give up on Gilbert like mid-game because he just takes too long to decide what the hell he's going to do.
Yeah.
And he saw Cooper Rush make the better decision, so...
Yeah, I thought he really didn't have a no, my God, that guy is one of the worst players I've ever seen in the NFL. Oh my God! And that Hall of Fame game, he was playing against guys that, like, I cover the Steelers. I don't even he was playing against guys I didn't even know, and I'm like, dude,
I felt bad that game. I felt so bad.
He was so bad
because every time he would drop back, he would get hit. I was feeling so bad.
Absolutely horrible.
Like, damn.
Yo,
every time
he gonna end up a Giant, Eddie. You gonna stop?
Hey, okay, and he's better than Clayton Thorson. Like, I don't believe in Mike Glennon. Why the hell did we get rid of Colt McCoy? He beat the Seahawks last year.
That's true.
I don't understand.
Colt McCoy's a ballsy backup quarterback, man. He always is good to come in and like have like one game randomly. Yep. That's good.
And he did that against Dallas a couple times in Washington. So I don't understand why we cut him. It's just
a money thing.
Progression.
I think it was. Yeah, I was gonna pay too much. Like, who's basically paying a backup quarterback mad money right now? They just named the starter.
Ted Honey.
I mean, Chicago's about to be paying Dalton.
Chicago is about to be a backup. Yeah, there's a lot of
and Foles. They still have Foles too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
wow. How much money are they spending on fucking quarterbacks? Wow.
Oh, man, a lot. And I think they still
that Eagles quarterback that was getting paid a lot. I think he's still getting paid
Chase
a lot.
Daniel.
Oh Chase Daniels, that guy. Yeah, he's played 12 snaps or something.
Toss Mason earned like $35 million.
Mason, it's gonna be Mason soon.
If you can hold a clipboard and like be good friends with a starting quarterback, you will have a job in that league for however long you want it.
Which is why I think Josh Dobbs is gonna be on the sideline, man, with a headset, because Ben likes him, and I'm glad, man.
If he's allowed to, you might not COVID era, you might not be able to. I know they're like.
Oh, that's why Ryan Shazier couldn't come back.
They're pretty restrictive about that stuff.
I hope they figure that shit out, man. I don't want Mason holding no clipboard.
Bro, I don't want any. That whole quarterback argument all off season. Like I always just say, if there's anybody that doesn't wear number 7 taking snaps at quarterback, I'm already pissed.
Yeah, so no matter what, we're fucked.
So I don't care. Like whatever. You know.
What about number 3, man? Come on, man. He's not gonna be that bad on the Steelers.
Dude, I wanted to see it. I'm telling you, I wanted to see it. I really did. I really wanted to see it. I didn't see it in the preseason. I'm sorry.
Haskins?
Yeah. I'm not even trying to be controversial on that. It's just like I've seen Rudolph, shit on him if you want, but I've seen him play a couple decent games, win a couple big games. I wanted to see it with Rudolph, man. He's played like twice as many games or with Haskins. He's played like twice as many games as Rudolph and has way worse stats, dude.
I just need to give a call to the greatest Steeler backup quarterback of all time.
Relax. Do
Landry,
bro.
Yes, bro. I agree. He won a game in overtime.
I saw Landry Jones win a game against Arizona. I was at that game in like 2015. There was a great Martavis Bryant play.
I was just about to say, you mean Martavis Bryant won it? Man. Yo,
so who would you rather have, Landry or Rudolph?
I don't know if y'all can see this. This is my Facebook. Have not updated this shit. Can y'all see that? yeah. It's 4 years.
That's pretty good.
9-1-18.
Landry was all right. He was
franchise quarterback.
Dude, I'm telling you, the people. Here's the thing: people evaluate backup quarterbacks. Like people have a tendency to evaluate backup quarterbacks based on like the skill set of a starting quarterback, but that's not really what you need with a backup. You need a guy who's just going to know your system and execute it reasonably reliably. And more often than not, Landry Jones did do that. I mean, my thing
will forever be the 2 games, just like with Mason. Like you just see a game, like, and you just like, okay, I think that's the 2 games for Landry that had it with me. We went to overtime with the 0-16 Browns. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And then the fucking playoff game where
he was throwing to Kobe. He was throwing to like Kobe Hamilton and shit in that game, to be fair. But
and a rookie Juju who returned it. He should have just. You're right. I mean, shut up, Eddie. Because fucking Kobe Hamilton. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Bro, Landry Jones
when Landry came in that playoff game.
In the last decade.
Landry came back. Landry came in towards the end of that wild card game. Wait, last 2 quarters maybe.
Bro, you're talking about a playoff game on the road, though. You can't that's what I'm saying. Like
he single-handedly lost. He was single-handedly about to lose this.
But that's what I'm saying though. Is you cannot expect a backup quarterback to be good on the road in the rain in the playoffs, like
against a rival.
Like that's already like a losing situation. I'm not expecting that to be good. You know what I'm saying?
You telling me Big Dick Duck won the fucking?
You telling me?
And also, they were up like 14 points in that game.
They were.
I mean, the defense
did start to. Yeah.
The defense blew that game more than anything. Mike Mitchell. All right.
Yo, I still got him black.
You would rather have Bruce Gradkowski as your backup quarterback?
When I was young and I was toxic, and there was a playoff game where Ben did not look good against the Ravens, and Bruce came in, I was young and toxic, and I was like, leave him out there, bro. Leave because fucking Ben is done, bro. He don't want to play no more. It's a fucking wrap. But that's the year that everybody was hurt, that Vontaze knocked out our entire offense and shit. Man.
Yeah. So rate your backup quarterbacks in the last decade. There's like 6 of them.
Charlie
6 notable ones.
Everybody puts Charlie up there, yeah.
3-1.
Who would you put up there?
I mean, if Charlie, I guess that might be beyond 10 years now. Was his last year 2010 or 2011, something like that?
Well, in the last decade,
yeah.
Like, so
was Dennis Dixon on that roster?
2019. He's got to be the worst.
I think
without a doubt.
I think I would honestly go. You're gonna laugh, but I think I would honestly go Batch, and then Landry Jones, then my man's gonna be pissed at me, and then Mason Rudolph.
Oh man, we had Vic.
We
had Michael
Rudolph.
Vick.
Helmet boy.
Rudolph, Steelers Vic was awful. Okay,
what
he
a
was
fun
awful.
year that was. That was so random.
Like literally past his prime, though.
He
came in and
not to him. Yo, if you would have asked Vic, he felt like he still had like 3 more seasons after that.
Bro, literally.
He had 3 seasons. He should have retired 3 seasons before that.
That's tough, man. That honestly though,
I don't want to talk about
Mason. Mason definitely has a higher ceiling than Landry ever did to me. I felt like, and then Landry,
the guy can
Landry would
throw
wear
the
the
ball.
glove, like, and he started growing his beard out. I'm like, you're not Ben, bro. What the fuck?
You ever seen Landry Jones's chest tattoo?
No fucking no way.
Dude,
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's got a horrible like rednecky like bad chest tattoo.
Way to give me another reason. Just give me another reason. Man, man.
No, I just backup quarterbacks to me. It's just like if they're not horrible, I don't know. If Roethlisberger's not playing,
you will back up for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. There's not I've seen. I mean, how many times you seen we played you guys last year, the Cowboys with Garrett Gilbert. You know, the Jaguars were playing Jake Luton when we played them. Like, you know, you see some guys around the league and you realize there's really like 20 guys who are really good quarterbacks in the entire world, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's why guys like Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott are so great to watch, because they were third, fourth rounders, right? Wasn't Russell Wilson?
Fourth rounder.
Fourth round, bro.
Dak Prescott was his 4th round.
Yeah,
shit like that, man.
That's the only game I wanted to win last year. The Steelers game. That's the only game, just because.
I imagine,
just to talk shit to him, bro.
Steve, no empathy, because when we lost to them in 2016, and my guy will fucking attest to this, for 4 years, Steve, for 4 consecutive. 35.
That was a dark week for me, man. Bro. That I still remember that very much, because
remember that too. Yep.
That was also election week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yo, I left the house. That
was dark times.
I left the house pissed. I didn't say bye to nobody. I didn't want to fight him. So I left. I just left, bro. I remember, man. Just like, I don't know if you. I don't know. Just memories, man. Whenever there was a bad play and you saw Artie, you always saw Sean Davis right behind his bum ass. Both of them doing some stupid shit. No matter what it was, whether it was year 1 or 2, it would always be, oh shit, Artie messed up. And then Sean Davis right behind him. Oh, he fucked up, long touchdown, whatever. Mm-hmm. Sean Davis, bro, that game, bro, was the game where I was just like, man, I wanted to root for this cat, but it's a wrap.
Yeah, that was for me with him. It was when he got absolutely clowned by Gronkowski. And it was just like, there's no covering back from that. That was one of those moments where you're like, oh, you can't be a Pro Bowler now.
And he dropped
you're disqualified.
Yeah, you're disqualified. That would have sealed the game, bro. Like Joe Hayden, speaking of signings, Joe Hayden will make so much money off of that picture of him getting the Brady interception. He ain't got to worry about it.
I have it right behind me.
I have one too. Yeah, I had to have one. Yeah. That was a great moment. That's like, oh, somebody knows how to pick Brady off, and he's.
It's literally our last great moment, really. I mean,
it's just been struggle, and it's just been, oh man, like that's why there's like a certain romance about the 2019 season, man.
Was that
Duck
after
Hodges, man.
Was that moment after Antonio Brown got that touchdown where Eric Waddle was like holding on his face mask, trying to light him in the end zone?
Oh, that
was the year before
extension.
That was 2 years before that. That was 16. I was actually at that game. That was Christmas Day. Yeah, that was a dope fucking.
I wanted to get
that's a lucky game to be there.
I wanted to get that moment. Yeah. That was the year that we would like not score for 3 quarters, 2 straight quarters. Bro. Everybody's blaming the defense. I'm like, we're not moving the ball though. Like we have AB.
Oh, and I remember that so vividly, because I actually like, if I could give one piece of advice that I've learned, like being a sports fan, is that if you like situations like that where you sit back and you're like, man, I really want to go to that game. Like that would be so much fun to go to that game. And I have a close friend who's a Steelers fan and my uncle who's like a crazy diehard. And I was like that week, I was like, dude, we should just go to the fucking game. None of us want to do any Christmas stuff. Like what, like let's just go. And my uncle, like he's the best. And he was less like, he was like, all right, like whatever you give me, like, you know, we both were making whatever we were making at the time. We gave him like $150 each. And he was like, oh, get the tickets, whatever. And we ended up getting like really fucking nice tickets. And like, we're sitting there in the third quarter and he's like, and Ben threw 2 interceptions in the third quarter. He's like, you know, I could have fucking just watched this on home, warm, you know, like not freezing my ass off. Didn't have to drive 6.5 hours to Pittsburgh. And then, but dude, when they came back and Ben just let them right down and you had that moment. And, you know, unfortunately my uncle left early. Like he passed away like a year, 2 years after that. That's why I started my show. And
sorry about that.
No, yeah, he was young. It was out of nowhere. But man, I got that moment, man. And I remember that. And so I just try to always like what I try to put out with my show is just the real fan mindset of like, dude, like, I mean, obviously don't, you know, if you can't afford it or you really can't make something happen, whatever. But if you're really sitting there and you're like, man, that would be special to do, man, you'll just be second guessing yourself for the rest of your life. Do it. Just make it happen.
We literally had a chance to go to the Giants Steelers game last year and we didn't go.
You gotta do those things, man, because you start to realize the older you get, you're like, man, how long are our paths going to be crossed? Like my best friend, one of them lives in Seattle, one of them lives in LA. It becomes like, dude, take advantage of shit when you can, bro. Like do it, you know?
100%. Literally, when we went to Heinz Field about 2-3 weeks ago, we joked around. We were like, hey, y'all want to go to a Pirates and Reds game?
Yeah,
and we were about to. We were literally about to go, but the Pirates were playing in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, they're wrong. Yeah,
I was about to add.
No, that's the move, dude. I went to a Mets game a couple weeks ago. I had to take a buddy of mine. He's a big Mets fan, and I live kind of near Citi Field. And like, I'm not a Mets fan. I don't even really care about baseball. But you know, especially after the last year and a half, it was just nice to do something. You know.
Damn, man.
He wants to be a all Pittsburgh team fan, but I'm not a Pirates fan. I'm not a Reds fan. I was like, yo, fuck it.
Where's my Pirates hat at?
I don't even know who plays for the goddamn Pirates. I don't know who plays for the Reds. I was just like, hey, I'm
Brian Hayes.
Yeah, okay. Brian Hayes.
Baseball is just not my sport. I just
not my sport neither. No,
it's not.
But with the new upcoming like stars that they have now, it's getting a little interesting to watch with Tatis, Ronald.
Yeah, this new generation of ballers. Yeah,
this new generation is making.
I have one really cool thing actually to show you. Because you said Tatis, I actually just got this. This is the Project 70 by Topps. They do like these artist collaborations for cards, and this is a Tatis as the Predator.
Oh, that's fire!
From like the '87 movie. You know?
As Predator, that's actually really fire.
I remember those came out. That's dope.
Yeah, they do these like limited little releases. They come in like a nice hard shell case and everything. But yeah, it's one of my recent.
And the crazy thing about that is baseball really just like stopped like collabing with Topps. They're doing Panini.
Yeah, they're doing going to Fanatics, which is bullshit.
Oh, it's Fanatics.
I thought Fanatics was just merchant. I didn't know they could even do that. Like I thought they were just
they're gonna get into it because they're just commoditizing. They're trying to take over all of like the shop. They have taken over the shop pages, I think, for all the major sports.
I mean, I low key, I got my girl a Juju jersey off of Fanatics and not the pro shop. So yeah, I mean, low key, it's just yeah.
Well, I mean, stuff like that, it's the same stuff, but when they do like the Fanatics branded stuff, it's definitely like a cheaper quality, and that's kind of what they're doing. But
it's like all these sports books are starting up now, right? All these different companies are trying to do their own MGM and blah blah blah. I know
you're telling me, man. I was talking to somebody today that might do a sponsorship on our channel, and they do a bet education platform. Like it's not even a betting platform, it's like a betting analysis platform.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoa, dude, like we're really in this like, but
hey, if there's money in it, bro, somebody's going.
I know it. No.
Congrats on that though.
Use code 5-star matchup for 5% off. Is what I'm hearing.
I mean, they're not paying me until next week, so they don't get mentioned until next week. You know.
There we go. That's smart.
Hey, bro, I don't do anything unless you're paying me. Okay. Well, except for coming on the Lazies Sports Podcast. How about that?
Hey, I was about to say you never gave me your cash app. What the fuck?
Nah, man, I'm just trying to. I just wanted to do. I wanted to do this because I've known and watched you guys for a little bit, and I just you know, I think it's easy for a lot of people to talk about collaborating in the community and helping each other out, and I think it's harder to actually do that.
Do it. Word.
And
Yeah.
I never want to be fake. I want to do that shit whenever I can, and so, you know, if and when I can ever do anything for you guys, I always try to. I'm happy to do it. You know.
No, we appreciate you, man.
And we highly appreciate you. This is fun.
Yeah, we're trying to
accept the little like shots you're shooting at my team. Like we didn't win that many Super Bowls and draw, and y'all didn't win since 08.
What you learn about me when you get to know me more is that I am literally talking shit 100% of the time. It's just that sometimes my deadpan voice, you don't always pick it up, but I am always shit talking everybody, and it's coming from a place of love. It's coming from
if there's anybody who could talk shit and read sarcasm, it has to be us, because it's every day, man.
It's coming from a good place.
I don't want to be toxic in how Juju had 97 catches for 800 yards.
Hey, man. Randy Fiechner was calling the plays, not Juju. So
what up,
and I think Ben Roethlisberger was calling the plays. All right,
our OC.
Let's go 5 wide.
He was. Teams were calling him out for it. Marlon Humphrey called him out for it. He was 100%. Like, we're just hearing him call the play at the line of scrimmage. He's like, you go do a curl, you do a post. Like,
but we had to deal with that in press conferences where Tomlin had to start defending, like, you know, it's a collaborative effort. It's not just, no, bro, your OC's stupid and your fucking quarterback is running the shit, bro. Like, it's okay.
Wasn't there like one time Ben Roethlisberger went to the press conference? He was like, "Yeah, I drew that play up. That was all me."
And that's why Tomlin had to start. Yeah, bro, because that was the fucking, what was the narrative? It was our first half because we're trash starting.
Yeah,
because we start, and then in the second half you could tell Ben is our OC. That was the narrative for like that whole 11-0 streak, bro. Is Fiechner in the first half. And then Ben would just take over because clearly Randy's an idiot.
No, it is crazy because they were 11-0 and they almost never had a hot start. Like they always started slow. Because it was a point on 5-star that like I would always be like, oh, another hot start, because they just never.
No, Titans was the only game where we actually but that we didn't score shit the second half. Am I wrong? Like they almost came back if it wasn't for our defense doing what
they did. Yeah, they did.
Bro.
But then the play come down to like last play or something like that.
Yeah, missed kick.
It's field goal.
Yeah.
He was already going through it too.
Unfortunate.
So my last little piece before we let you go, because I know way past 11:30.
Hey, it's okay. I had a good time. You know, I'm not complaining, man. It's a good time.
But my last piece of
we're holding him hostage. He's here till 2 a.m.
Trying to get the toxicity. That boy Minka, man. And I'm wearing his jersey. Last year, you know, I called him a ghost on Twitter a lot. Minka the friendly ghost a lot.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Steve, come on, Steve. Sometimes I'm trying to get away from that.
During this year, when you get a chance this year during the games,
don't do that.
Subscribe to his tweets live.
Don't do
it because he is toxic.
I don't even read my own tweets after that. Bro, it's because there's so much dumb shit that goes on, man. And I feel like there's a certain faction of Steelers Twitter that just like, you can't be too negative. Oh, you can't talk shit on your team, or oh, everything they do is great. I feel like I'm like the pot, like in the middle.
It's very click-ish, you know. There's clicks, yeah.
Anyway, I mean, they're starting podcasts now.
Yeah. I am not here right now. You can leave a message after the beep. I have no comment.
I love y'all. Y'all great, man. Y'all great. Love you all. Love everything y'all do.
No, I hear you. I hear you. No, I Minka though. What about what's the you have a question
Is Minka,
on the Minka?
If Minka, I have this weird feeling that if TJ doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, it's because Minka had a wild year. What does that look like if Minka has a Defensive Player of the Year and TJ doesn't?
I think that's gonna be. I think that would be tough.
That's what I'm saying, but I have this weird feeling, bro.
Well, I mean, that would be dope because that would mean Minka had like 8 interceptions, so that'd be tight. I just don't. Nobody throws at him. He's so good. If you look at his targets over the second half of last season, I don't have stats in front of me, but I think he got targeted like 8 times in the last 8 games or something, which is nuts. And I think, you know, nobody throws at him because he is, I really believe he's that good. I not like not even being a homer. I actually think
I thought that coming out of college.
Best safety in the league.
I think Minka is the most important player on our team. I think we could sustain a loss to Roethlisberger before we could sustain a loss to Minka. Like
Minka won those games in 2019.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's the most important player on that defense. I got to give it to Cam Hayward because if you lose Hayward, you lose the.
But the gap between Cam Hayward and plugging in like a Henry Mondo or an Isaiah Buggs, not to compare those guys. Obviously, Cam Hayward's a captain and he's a long tenure guy. But the gap between that and whoever the hell would come in if Minka left, I think right now it'd be Trey Norwood.
It'd be Trey Norwood.
Yeah. I would think it's equal.
Minka stabilizes that whole entire thing to the point where like I almost think if Minka were ever to get injured and miss a lot of time or have to be out, God forbid, for the whole season, I'm gonna knock on wood right now as I say that. I think they would either have to sign a free safety or you would actually, I think you might even see them like put like Joe there or something because I don't think they have another free safety on the roster.
When it comes to pure instincts, like ball, I 100% would put Joe. I would fucking sign what's his face back. Bazilla man, bro. You know what I'm talking about, Eddie?
Antoine Blake.
Yo, do you remember how everybody? He should have been put at free safety, bro.
Yeah.
At corner, nah, but he could play the ball well, man.
Y'all just gotta sign the GOAT, man. Ross Cockrell, man.
Oh man.
Y'all just gotta re-sign him. Best Giants corner in the last 3 years, man. Don't have
Minka when he came over, I think he really just for me changed everything on that defense because before that they had a good pass rush, but they just didn't. They never were as secure on the back end, and he just gets everything lined up. He is playing chess when other people are playing checkers. He's just I really believe he is on a different level mentally. He just processes the game in such a way.
I think Steve Nelson benefited from him a whole lot when he jumped in.
I think he's really that good.
I said Minka. I'm not gonna be toxic towards Minka no more, but I know he genuinely is bro. The only person at this point that I'm ready to speak truth on is if I ever see number 2 waltz his ass in the fucking game. And I mean, Steve, did you see how everybody was dancing on Dwayne Haskins' grave after the playoffs?
Yeah,
the preseason game?
Man, I know.
That just makes me
people are gross about that. Like, I get that. Like, I totally get it. I'm not like rooted. I just know that Tomlin trusts people he's been in battle with, and he's been in battle with Rudolph, and it's just a reality. Speaking of, remember earlier I said like sometimes people just don't get my sarcasm or my tone. A couple times last year, Rudolph came into the game to do like a kneel down, and there was like I would be like. And you know, nobody takes a knee better than number 2 Mace Rudolph, and like just like really hamming it up. And I got a comment recently on one of last season's videos from some dude who was like, "It's just a knee. He didn't do it any different than anybody else." And I'm like, how could you not know that was sarcasm? Like I'm really out here like homering over the way he takes a knee, like bro.
Some people looking at the form. At the form he takes to do a knee, bro.
Look at the way he. Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Some people have no ability to see beyond the literal, you know.
Yeah, they take every
sarcasm. Like sometimes we can all get caught at something like that, but then most of the time it's just like All right, I know this is a troll post. Okay, all right, cool.
Yo, I be trying my best, bro. I be trying my best not to fall. That's why a lot of what I be seeing from Brown's Twitter is just trolling. It is
just block people.
It's
bro.
a business, bro. But at this point, it's a business. Like, what do I do to get interactions? Well, the Steelers' Twitter is really active all the time. Hey, Ben fucking sucks, and Juju's a bitch. How fucking dare you talk about Juju?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they fucking FanDuel fucking sponsorship. All right, move on, because now I'm being petty.
I bet you right now I could go on Twitter and talk about how the Giants reached on Saquon, and there will literally be an army of defenders.
Oh, here we go.
Hey man, to your point about people getting those sponsorships and shit like that, I'll just say this: I've built my platform completely on being positive, and it's also worked out for me. So I will tell you, there is a lane for whatever you want your objective to be. It's just that's the quickest way to the top.
It is. It's what we saw this week.
It's not. Look at what we just saw happen in the world in the last 4.5, 5 years or whatever. Yep. It's not necessarily the best way to go about things, even if it works. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to cool down 100%. On Twitter, man. Because
I
remember Ryan Switzer, something happened with his kid or something, and I couldn't see the status, and I was like, damn,
because you had gotten blocked.
Yeah, I got blocked by him and Mark. I had to though. I mean, you saw the Rams game. Him and Mark Barron, bro. Mark Barron, I don't give a shit that he blocked me. Mark Barron it was just effort. It was garbage. We paid you and you put no effort in. But with Ryan,
definitely
it was like,
hyped him up.
Ryan Switzer, just a product of being Ben's favorite. Them cutting Eli Rogers. That was just a perfect storm for toxicity, man.
I feel you. I think the Eli thing I always thought was just he was one of those guys that, conversely to Marcus Allen, and Benny Snell, I don't think Tomlin liked Eli Rogers. Rogers was always in the doghouse.
Eli Rogers just reminded, I think, him of AB. Maybe. Without the talent, because they both had that Miami like rugged. They were both from the same area of Miami. Because Eli Rogers, like when you think about, we were just talking about it, immaculate extension, that drive. We don't go
he made that sick catch.
Yeah, bro, he made that fucking short ass motherfucker. He made like an AB looking catch.
No, Eli was a nice player. He was fine. But he never made another team, which I thought was weird. Like, I don't know. Sometimes.
I don't know, man.
You just don't know, man.
That's what I'm gonna clip you saying Eli is a nice player, and I'm gonna be like 5-star matchup. Eli Manning is a nice player. I can't wait. I'm doing it.
Hey, would you have taken Eddie? Would you have taken 2 seasons of Phillip Rivers over the 2 seasons of Daniel Jones you got?
Like
instead of
last 2 seasons?
Yes. Like, so say Phillip Rivers leaves where the Chargers earlier, and instead of y'all drafting Daniel Jones, y'all just signed him in free agency.
They would have won the NFC East twice in a row.
Yes. We would have went at least 8-8, 9-7.
Like some shots at the NFC East.
Dude, if Mason Rudolph was a starting quarterback in the NFC, he would have won that division last year.
For who? Maybe Washington.
I don't like Mason Rudolph at all.
Bro.
He does not throw passes.
What starting quarterback played better in the NFC East than Mason Rudolph did in 2019? He won 8 games
for the first 5 weeks.
I'm just saying.
Dak Prescott for the first 5 weeks.
Yeah, for the first 5 weeks, but
I mean, when you're all right, you put Mason Rudolph on that Cowboys team that gives up fucking 40 points a game. He's not cutting it. He's not cutting it.
Ooh, Mason over DENUCCI?
Mason on the current Cowboys on the far offense. He looked like
that team was averaging 30 points a game. And
all I'm saying is
38 points allowed.
All I'm saying is if Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges somehow etched out 8 wins in the AFC North, I'm just saying.
Damn, we are really hard on Mason, man. Duck defense really
played a part.
I mean, that's the thing.
I'm saying the Giants or Cowboys or Eagles did not have the defense. Well, I won't say Eagles because they still had Wentz. The Giants and Cowboys did not have the defense, especially in 2019. Giants defense was awful.
Yeah, that was garbage.
God awful.
Yeah, it was
God awful.
Yeah, our defense last year.
we went what? I want to say 4-12. We would have went 2-14 with Mason, and we had Eli Manning playing for 4 games. He lost. It did not matter. No,
Fair enough.
No.
You would have loved those random lollipop ass passes, though, Eddie. I'm telling you, bro. You would have loved it,
bro. The Cowboys last year, they won the game 40-39. You think Mason's going out there with that offense scoring 40 points?
No, I think if you're even in the conversation of a guy like Mason Rudolph starting, it's not really ideal. I'm not advertising it as an ideal solution. I'm just putting hot takes. I'm just putting hot takes into the ether. You know what I mean? I'm a take machine here. I'm giving you clips. You know, shit talk me, like get retweets. Like I don't care, bro.
Well, shit. Mason sucks. He's fucking garbage.
Great.
Facts.
I always had this weird thought. Relax.
Bro, I know I don't like Juju, man.
He's gonna be a Giant next year, bro. What do you mean? Why would you not like a future Giant?
The Giants dealt with OBJ being a head case for 4 years. You think we're gonna deal with Juju?
Yeah, but Juju's not though. Juju is literally a great dude.
It's just
who sometimes does
on the internet. He's just
internet trends.
It's not Juju.
It's the New York media. New York media is wild.
Pittsburgh media toxic about Juju. Mark Madden is toxic.
Dude, I will say this low key because I have the unique perspective of being New York based and a Pittsburgh fan. Honestly, everybody talks about how toxic the New York sports media is, and it definitely is, especially in baseball. But honestly, Pittsburgh sports media not fucking far behind. Pittsburgh sports media is toxic as fuck. That's one of the reasons I started my channel, is because they really are toxic.
They love it, bro. They love it, bro. From the fucking Kevin Dotson rumors about his workouts, it's just like, oh man, you guys just love.
That was DK. That was DK who put that out, and then he was like, and that guy is such a. I just don't love the way he does things, but he put that out there, and he actually unfollowed me because I put him on blast about it because I quote tweeted it, and I was like, so you're because he was like, oh, there's no link, so I'm not trying to get people to click or whatever, and I'm like, dude, you still put out something that you knew was gonna get like thousands of retweets and your name's attached to it. Don't act like you're not elevating your brand. Like that's so disingenuous. To like put that stuff out there and then act like you're not benefiting off of it because you're like, well, there's no article to click to. Like, dude, you're expanding your Twitter reach. Like, shut up. That's
it's low key what Mark Madden did with the TJ Watt and skipping his shit and his interview shit. And do you watch the Pat McAfee show? A little, I know, whatever.
Sometimes, yeah.
So Tone Diggs, man, just hopped right on that anti-Juju B train. And I was like, what? Out of nowhere, it was just like, well, yeah, Juju stinks. I was like, wait, why? Wait, what? You've never exhibited that, like, I'm just going to be Mark Madden Jr. now and everything Juju does. And people are going to tweet at me like they tweet at Mark now when it comes to anything Juju does. That's sick, man. That's just a sick way.
Again, it's a shortcut. Yeah, exactly. It's a shortcut to engagement.
Yeah, we saw it this week, man.
You said it with your boy yesterday when you were like, what was the wording you used? It was so good. You said
he was down bad for interaction.
Yeah, man. Down bad for you can't be down this bad for interaction. And I was like, man. Oh, burn.
Because it's one thing to put the video up. Yes. Like, okay, whatever. And then for I was like, no way.
Yes.
I was like, no fucking way. No way he added Mark. Oh man, with no sort of like caption or nothing. It was just at Mark Madden.
I seen that too, because like, following this guy on Twitter, all I see is Steelers. Steelers and Giants is all I see on my timeline.
Hey, you about to start seeing some Knicks stuff. Yeah.
Kemba Walker coming to the Garden.
Yeah, coming home, BX. Let's go. Yo, so I low key, so I'm a LeBron stan, right? Because throughout doing this podcast, we have to follow sports and stuff a lot closer.
Sure.
And Brooklyn is really gentrified. I was born there, so it's not the Brooklyn that it was back then.
Sure.
And Kevin Durant being my brother.
I live in Flatbush, and they call it Prospect Park South now. It's Flatbush.
If my dad goes down there now, it's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, yeah, bro, this is not the New York But It's because he's a Kevin Durant fan, so trolling or whatever. So because that's my brother, I'm gonna have to start. Let's get into the Knicks, man. Fuck Brooklyn, gentrified. And then we happen to get the 4th seed. So you cut. It's gonna be black and gold, but there's gonna be a little bit of orange and blue in the end of my veins. And it's New York, right, Eddie? Knicks till I die, baby. Let's fucking go.
That's fair. I think I am hopeful that the Knicks get good now because
New York is so much better when the Knicks are good, dude.
Exactly. That's the official team of New York City. Like you can talk about the Yankees, Mets, whatever you want. The New York City, the way you think of it, doesn't care about any team as much as they care about the Knicks when the Knicks are good. And I just, for whatever period of time I live in the city, I want for a while the Knicks to be like perennial contenders because I just think it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't really care about the Nets, even though they play 20 minutes on the train from me.
They're the ops now, man.
I kind of like KD though. I do.
I think
he's a bit of a Durant fan. I liked him back to OKC days and so on.
Number
just like you,
two
right,
player
Ben?
in the world, man.
Right? Yeah. OKC, Golden State fan,
I'm a KD fan, point blank, period. All right. I don't care where he goes.
Nah, I feel you on that, man. I always been a big fan of Durant. I think his I particularly like his use of burner accounts on social media.
Love it.
He's the master of that shit.
He is. There really is an art to having a burner, man. Somebody accused me of my Twitter being a burner. I was like, I wish I had a burner.
Do you remember when I got in a fight with Myles Garrett's burner accounts, like after the Mason Rudolph thing?
There were how many of them?
There were several.
Exactly. Fucking Browns fans, man. Hey, when it comes to Twitter fan bases, man, they're annoying as shit, but the fuck? Yo, you good? Did you just unzip your pants, bro?
He's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just had to turn on my AC, bro. It's hot as fuck.
But I definitely 100% lost my train of thought too. I was like here, and then I heard the zip.
It's all good, to be honest with you guys. It's almost 1. Like,
yes, it is.
I gotta get out of here. Not that I'm not having a great time.
We went on for 2 hours, man.
He's not having a good time.
No, I said not that I'm not having a good time. I said no. I'm having. I had a great time. I genuinely mean that. This is a lot of fun. Like so many of these you do that like will just be sort of, standard by the book or whatever. And the reason I stayed longer is because I was having fun bullshitting with you guys. So I hope you guys had fun.
I have
too.
no idea how a standard podcast goes.
I was sitting here just, gathering all the info. I'm usually talkative, but hearing different point of views from 2 different Steelers fans, still toxic, but pretty intriguing.
Hey, could be. I've gotten better over the years. I've definitely gotten better. I didn't get blocked by nobody last year. So
hey, you could have 2 Cowboys fans on here, so I'll take it, man. I'll accept it.
You're right. Yeah, fuck the at least we can all agree it's fuck the Cowboys, man.
Man, fuck y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you. Steve from 5 Star, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna let you go. It's gonna tell me to fuck you.
And subscribe to his channel, link in the description, man. Show him some love. Follow him on Twitter. All that bullshit. We appreciate you, man.
Tune into 5 Star Radio too. It's good stuff you got going on, man. That's really dope stuff you got going on.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys.
Appreciate you, Steve. Deuce.
See you.
Oh fuck. I didn't mean to fuck you.
Wow.
Hold on.
Ain't dirty, bro. Unfortunate. You should have let
Don't unsubscribe, bro. We appreciate you.
Honestly.
Yo, I'm about to see him call back. Yo, just call me back.
I ain't got no more AirPods because it's dead. So
it died.
You know how my phone.
You good? What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, I can't hear y'all, bro, because it's stupid mic. It's stupid.
Well, 5 Star, Steve, if you're watching this, man, we genuinely do appreciate you. I'm sorry for hanging up the way I did. I did. Boo, boo, boo. It was a really fun convo, man. We really went way longer than I thought. Boys, I appreciate you guys. Good questions, man. Good questions. Keeping the conversation going.
Yes, sir.
we
didn't really have enough toxicity questions because just one.
Shocking enough, wasn't as toxic. I think once the season starts and if he comes back and stuff, we'll figure that out. But
should have
Steve,
told him I was a secret Ravens fan and how Ed Reed's better than Troy. But
I was gonna ask him about how Tomlin don't let rookies shine and what the fuck that's about.
They don't.
Like he like sees like the shit that's going on with Dan Moore right now, with Chase last year, bro. But it's cool that he agrees that Chase kind of looks like a dick or something, whatever. But boys, we are.
What?
Say he is kind of a dick. I know it sounds like I said it looked like a dick.
No.
He's kind of a dick.
Hawks Tigers.
What? You said Gawk? You said Gawk Ben again? If you guys were wondering, if you guys are still watching and you were wondering why we were laughing so crazy in the beginning of the pod, with no context, it's because of that. It's because Gawk Tigers.
Said it again.
Gawk
Tigers, bro.
Gawk Tigers.
We were playing in the new Campus Legends game mode in Madden, and we picked LSU, and he didn't pronounce Go Tigers right, and he was just saying Gawk Tigers. Like he knew what he was doing.
Bro.
Nah,
he knew what he was
doing.
I said Gawks Tigers, bro.
You said Gawk?
Gawks Tigers, bro.
Bro, stop. Stop.
Yo,
You're making it worse, bro. You're making it worse.
So we were going to continue our 32 team list and stuff, and we were gonna ask Steve about it. But yeah, that convo ended up going a lot better and a lot where it went on its own without having to
we can do the last 10 on the live pod.
We'll just do when we're in person again. Man, yeah, I think that was the pod, boys.
Yeah. We got anything else to talk about?
No, it's just NFL starting soon. Cuts were made.
New episode of Hard Knocks came out tonight.
Yep, new episode of Hard Knocks. We'll probably see the cut, DENUCCI actually getting cut, or no, you have one more week before the show cuts.
Because they bunch of trash. They don't want no trash seasons on the TV.
They don't want to see
what Daniel Jones is up to.
They don't want to see Garrett on the TVs again.
17-0. Shut the fuck up.
What trippy, man? So, boys, before we dip out of our 51st episode, was there anything you guys wanted to say? Anything about anything before we dip?
I gotta take a shit.
I think Ben does too, right?
I do.
Yo, so I've been your host, Julio Cruz, at Krustilski on the Twitters. I've been joined by the boys.
Feed_Zeke21.
Feed. And
Gawks Tigers. Go Gawks Tigers.
Gulp Tigers, facts. And
they be Gawksing over there.
Let me not show the ball thing, man. It's your boy Sauce on the D 2_. Follow your boy on Twitter. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Hey, bitch, facts.
And it's at Krustilski on the Twitters. We appreciate you guys watching. One more time for your boy Steve from 5-Star Matchup. Please subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe to his. I'll put a link to his channel in the description.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, that'll be it for our 51st episode. Thank
You're
you, Steve.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, fucking wizard. Oh yeah, Ben's watching all 8 of the Harry Potters. But he don't want to watch Loki. Crazy. So yeah, man.
Doctor Strange. It's crazy.
He did. Ben, did you like Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I liked it. It was cool.
You were like, what's his name, bro?
I wouldn't rate it as
Joker,
like a top
bro.
5 Marvel movie.
No, it's not top 5.
It was cool.
No, it's not Thor Ragnarok, but it's important to what's going on. So
it's not Thor the Dark World.
It was
actually the Dark World needs more respect.
The arts was cool.
Yeah, bro. It like you need to know like
he was basically a beast and as a surgeon, he was a beast as a magician.
And now you're gonna see.
When I told you the beginning was like a Grey's Anatomy episode, bro, was it?
Yeah.
It literally was, bro.
I told you, bro.
It was. I mean, it was done well. Shout out Doctor Strange, Marvel. Y'all not paying us. Yeah,
worst movie of all time.
It was 100% his fault that he lost.
Oh, my bad.
No,
my bad. Not my wrong sequel. Ant-Man and the Wasp, bro. My bad.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
They getting another movie.
I would say Thor is low key. Thor is a movie I have not watched at all.
What, Thor: The Dark World?
Honestly, Thor: The Dark World, yeah. But if you watch Loki, you realize how important that movie really is to the entire MCU. So I have to give it a different respect. But man, that shit is a tough watch sometimes, bro. It's a tough
bro. Ant-Man and the Wasp was the toughest watch I've ever watched.
It's just like
coming from a Marvel
turns
movie.
on, and then it's just over, and you're just waiting for the post-credit scene.
My bad. You're right, bro. It was Blade. It was Blade Trinity, bro. My bad, bro. You're right. Triple H.
With Triple H.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so
but like Ben said, go Giants, 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 go Giants.
On behalf of Steve from 5 Star, Eddie, Sauce McGee on the Twitters, Ben Feed Zeke on the Twitters. It has been your host Julio at Krusliski on the Twitters. Thanking you guys for joining us for our 51st episode. And just like every week, with a week left of the NFL season, here we go, Steelers. Thank you guys for joining.
Go Giants, 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 go Giants.